Hello, and welcome to another episode of Don't Trust the Dungeon Master. My name is Alex K, and I am one of those players. We are on episode 26.
I'm Panda, I'm another player.
Of Galewright Accord here. As far as announcements, hey, check out our previous podcasts and other recordings that we have on YouTube.com/Laris15. You can also catch us live here every Saturday at around 4:30 p.m. That's when we're supposed to be starting Pacific Standard Time, and that would be at twitch.tv/Laris15. And of course, you can check us every 2 weeks for Arkelya, which is recently restarted back up. We had our second session back yesterday, and that went pretty well. So yeah, things are moving. Other than those announcements, that's all I really have on my plate. Though any of my players
if we get 50 subscribers, Laris will run a one-shot in Candyland.
Done.
So if you're on Twitch, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
I mean, there is the Candyland module, but I don't know where this came from. So anyhow, I should say, since I'm the one that's probably puppeting it, I don't require or even ask for your donation, subscriptions, or money like that. No, I just want viewership. Viewership is so more valuable, infinitely more valuable to me than monetary gain. So
when we get to the big bad boss and he cuts off the stream and blocks
there
it.
You go.
The last game boss has an attack.
Big bad boss. Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
All right. So, any announcements from anyone else that they have to share or want to share?
Not really. No.
My life is a blank book.
I have an announcement actually. I received a gift sub to Laris' stream the other night, and my life became a million times better. I was down on my luck. I was really giving up on everything I had going, but then I received this Laris gift sub, and goddamn, those emotes made me happy, dude. Everything turned around. I won a lottery after that. I'm a millionaire now. I'm on top of the world.
It's like that when you say you like the image of the cat, like the lucky cat image, and you'll receive fortune money.
Keep subscribing, guys.
Laris, and I guarantee you'll win the next lottery you participate in. This is a guarantee. Your money back.
That's not how it works.
If you don't sub, your favorite character will load nothing but under 5s. This we guarantee.
Oh. I already rolled bad enough last session. Don't talk to me like that.
If you don't
you're fine. You're no one's favorite character.
Every D&D game you're in. Jesus.
I'm kidding. I love you.
That was actually pretty good, though. I liked how quick that came out.
Did Box say Jesus to that?
Yeah. From this point on, if you don't subscribe, every game you're in will have a Goliath barbarian with 5 intelligence or lower and a bard that is too touchy. I'm cursing all players with that.
All right. Well, so enough of these portions here. Let's go ahead and get to Lucky Roll.
You know how it starts, everyone. Dice in the middle.
All right.
Yes, sir.
1 second, I gotta take this back and add something.
Oh, no.
The one that insulted the last player gets to be the recap. It turns out it was a Panda.
Oh, but if you put that would be like every game.
Yeah, so you better start being nicer. That's what happens to me.
Move these dice. Get out of here.
Yeah, sorry. Here,
okay,
there you go.
And let me. I think I'll actually take a chance this time.
That means there's something gimmicked with this.
There's never a gimmick.
There's never a gimmick. There's a gimmick every week.
Here we go. Everyone roll.
A 3 for me.
Ooh, a 15.
14.
2. Okay.
All right. It's the highest roll, but anyone wearing a Zarelli gets -5 to their roll. Those with a pack get +2, and anyone with fire resistance get +2. So
wait, that means I gain 4.
Stack. Yes, and also the DM has -21, so my roll's out of the running. Actually.
Wow, all right.
Yeah, my roll's out.
So Panda got a boon. He got a -5, so it was strong. Zarelli is a really good name. Everyone might want to invest in that.
11. I mean, I offered you all Zarellis.
I saw that switch, you motherfucker.
So I'm a 7. Because of fire resistance / packs.
That means
thanks.
I'm a damn 16.
Shit.
All right,
Nolan at
Nolan.
all.
Even with all your stuff going on, Nolan.
I roll a disadvantage, of course. My dexterity is so low. No. All right, I'll do it. There was a fight. Somebody lost. It was our friend. He fell down. He hurt himself. He was healed by a lizard, who is also a demon from the layers of abyss that probably Arlani knows.
No, he's not. He's not a demon from the abyss.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not. That was Razmeni that's tied to the abyss. Sebaraz is not.
Clear that up for me a little bit more.
What do you mean clean up for you? I just told you, but that's what the phrase. Caven loses to his brother in the fight. The tournament, gets thrown off. Yep.
I remember this happening last.
Yeah, I do. I remember it too because it took you. It was really stumbling.
Okay, I'll do it quickly for Box. Okay, there was a fight. Somebody fell down. He got healed by the guy that we're pursuing to Selgant. He posed little to no threat as we trooped around him. Okay, there was a meeting entailed that went up to Vahn's estate. In between that time, I met a city guard. Nolan met a city guard and got hired, almost, or recruited. We also got led out to the explosion that happened earlier in the session towards the war, where we met a new ally offered to us by the rooster, known as...
Rooster.
He's not a rooster.
Yes, he is a rooster. And what happened was, the rooster's friend had a cleric.
We think she's a cleric. It's our best
A healer.
guess. Not confirmed. Not even
Okay,
confirmed
not
healer.
confirmed.
The statement was
Not
she has some
confirmed.
kind of connection to the vine and some kind of ability that it like is resistant to like dream watching or like something like that. Where this comes from, I'm scratching, but yeah.
Her name was Celeste. She, was helping the people outside. She came back. We went up to the rooster's home where we met some individuals. Everybody kind of grouped up. We got to know each other, and then we, of course, patted Kaven on the back as he's going into a depressive state of no return.
No, he's coming back. Kaven will bounce back.
He's on
No return.
Yes, he's on the rise a little bit, but clearly, his ego was pegged down a few. We went up to Vahn's estate where we met with the evil Sebaraz. Where there was
and we confirmed that his ambitions are very dangerous.
correct.
Right.
And at that point in time, there was a scuffle. He wanted Father Adams. I said no.
That's not what he
did.
wanted.
And
that's not what he wanted at all.
At which point,
This is from the perspective of Nolan.
and so I got frozen. I don't know what happened, but clearly there was some choices
I don't
made.
remember what happened, so.
I don't. At one point I just kind of walked up. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but there were some choices made on the nobles' end that could or could not affect our future alliances. And then we were whisked away into a portal after the chicken.
The rooster.
The rooster crowed, and then we slipped into a portal that took us to an unknown location, and that's where we're at. Good recap.
To yourself, it's like,
It was
good
almost.
job,
almost
banana.
poetic.
That was an excellent session tonight, guys. I think that'll about do it.
Thank you for inviting us. It was a great game.
You were good when you were tired, Box. Damn.
So, as I stated in the last one, you have this sort of viscous feeling. It's not like floating through nothing. It's almost like a thick water about you, but you can feel things rushing past you. They have the same density feeling as feathers, and you are pulled deeper through this. It's almost as though you can't breathe until suddenly you gasp, and all of you, all six, right? There's six now because Wingcrest is there too. All right. all 6 of you are standing in air. Below you, you can see clouds.
We're not falling through air?
You're not falling, you're standing. Your footing feels secure. You're standing on stone.
Huh? Am I still frozen?
I mean, is it
No.
like stone you can see, or can
No,
we see like
you're on air.
underneath us?
So it feels
shit,
like we're standing on solid ground, but it's invisible, is what it looks like, and the ground that we be on is in the air.
Yes.
How far to Earth's soil?
You see clouds beneath you. You don't see the ground.
Kaven's gonna put his hand on the right below him, almost like kneeling down and trying to feel if there's anything concrete below him.
Yeah, crouching down, Kaven, your hand touches some cold stone, and as you like sort of pull it back, you look at your fingers, and there's dust on them now.
Owen is standing like he's trying to like balance himself on like a skateboard or something, like just trying not to like topple over. Okay, who's doing this?
It's not me. So sure. The hell happened?
The what?
Whoever's holding this up here, don't sneeze.
I don't believe it's any of us.
Where's Vahn? Where's Vahn?
Vahn? Oh shit.
He didn't like it.
Owen is staring at the ground very hard.
Did you not catch him in time?
I couldn't get to him.
He's dead. He's so dead. He's so dead. They're all dead. No.
He is very resourceful. I'm sure he's going to make it out okay.
There's no way he could.
I said he was going to make it out okay. It's people like Vahn always make it out okay. We'll find some way of messaging him or something as soon as we can. Make sure he's okay.
Can I do a perception check
okay.
to see if there's a danger within field?
Yeah. Looking about, you want to roll for it, or do you
I'll
want to choose
roll
your
for it.
passive?
So that way. Terrible. 9.
The sky around you is entirely clear. You can see the moon up above.
It's night.
Nearly full. Yeah, it's night. You travel at night with the feather.
Well, we did travel very far across the continent, so there could be a timeline change, right? So, but understandable. I gotcha.
You traveled east, so I guess it'd be even later, right? It'd be near midnight.
Yeah.
If all the same rules as Earth.
If it's that location, in fact, right? So.
But
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
it's night and the sky is entirely clear up here.
Oh, Celeste is very happy. She's just at ease. She's very happy.
Can we feel any wind blocks like on us? Like, is there typical?
No, oddly enough, you feel no wind where you are.
Kaven's gonna hold out his hand and just produce flame and see if anything happens to the flame.
You hold a flame and it doesn't bend or move or anything. You just have your flame.
Seems to be a little odd. He'll dissipate the produced flame.
What do we do? Sebaraz is clearly he's very powerful. He could probably follow us so easily. Oh, he now knows that we are opposed to him. He knows that we're opposed to him.
No,
I mean, you were asking pretty pointed questions.
We had such an opportunity to see where his morals lie.
As you're discussing this, when Chris is beginning to walk and just sort of like take small steps, like stretch his foot out, tap it on the floor, and then take another one, testing
Careful there.
how far he can go.
I can't tell where we can step. I'd be careful. Well, I mean, you can fly. Never mind. Have fun.
I think I'll stay where I am.
I think I'm going to.
Celeste is gonna
stand
move
still.
to her left and see what happens.
Oh, there she goes.
you
We'll
find
never
more
see her
ground.
again.
She falls to her death. You find more ground to stand on.
Oh.
No wind. Ground. I believe we're
Is this
inside.
Are you saying this is just one giant illusion?
No.
I'm going. I'm going to grab something out of my pack and just kind of toss it just to see if I can hear it clatter. A single copper piece.
All right.
I wonder if this is one of the sky temples.
30
that we
feet.
told about.
You take it out and you toss it. You flick it over, and it clatters against the wall, then falls to the ground. But
It
A
hits
wall we can't see.
yeah, a wall you can't see. It clatters against the surface and then falls to the ground, where it's about your level.
I do have detect magic going from prior to teleport. So do I see?
Yeah, if you activate that, you can see that you're in a room, and it's circular in its structure. The walls are shimmering with an invisibility, obviously.
Illusion.
The floor has a circle on it, and the runes seem. They are ancient in their construct, probably airy language. But yeah, and you see a door that leads out of this room.
So we are in a room. There's magic that is concealing. The exit would be this way. Arlani will take point and go towards the door.
All
My
right.
knees were starting to lock.
City still here.
Do you think
Never
we're up in
be
the
seen.
air in a room?
Where's the door?
It's where Arlani seems to be going. No one else can see it though.
So is it going north from her?
The direction is arbitrary, but yeah, sure, it'll be in the north direction.
Hawkins, have you been on this side of the continent before?
I have, yes. The
I
city
look
is
down.
quite lost.
Does the geography look any familiar to you?
I'll follow Arlani.
He looks at the clouds, trying to see if there's anywhere where he can see land that's remarkable in any way. But you can see his eyes just sort of scan the horizon, unable to. Arlani,
I
you
don't
reach
see any
you reach
mountains.
the door. It is large. It's a large door. Probably
20
for a
feet.
creature, maybe for a creature twice your size. Yeah. 3 times.
Box, with Hawkins testing the floor and whatnot, was he in the back? Would he be further away from Arlani?
Yes, he's not close to the door.
Okay, I would wait for Kaven will wait for him to start following up.
I think I'm talking to Hawkins.
Is there a door handle on this door?
It is. It's higher up than you'd hope. But it does seem that it can push in either direction. So you might not need the handle.
Okay. Something's massive. So who followed behind me? Nolan. Okay.
Nolan.
Well,
Celeste.
At an
Right.
uncomfortable distance.
So this room is quite large. It's probably not designed for people of our diminutive size. The handle of the door is there, but we might not need it to escape. We could maybe just push.
Are you asking me to open the door for you?
I could. I mean, if you'd like to assist me, or I assist you.
Of course I will. Where's the handle?
It's 12 feet in the air.
12 feet.
So I'm guessing the height of it. I don't know the
I
actual.
can fly. I can't fly.
How high is the door handle off the ground?
I mean, what is a door handle for us? A 6 foot tall creature has a door handle.
It's about midway. It's 3 feet.
Yeah,
so if this thing's
would be
like, if this,
9 feet.
yeah, 9 feet. So yeah, it's about, 9 feet in the air there. If you like,
Kaven.
Kaven looking back at Hawkins turns to Nolan.
We need your statue. Your exceptional bone structure.
I will use Mage Hand to make my hand grab and like tug on the door, even though I know it won't be able to lift pull. It's only 10 pounds, right? But it will showcase with purchasing where the lip of the door happens, that the handle happens to be, so that way Kaven knows how high he needs to jump to grab it.
All right.
It's right there.
I'll walk towards Nolan. What could I possibly assist you with this time?
A door.
If you see my little hand up there, that's mine. I'll have it wave down. It says there's a handle there. This is clearly meant for larger kin, perhaps giant kin. But if you could jump and grab purchase and try to pull down, then the door might latch open.
I'm not quite the frog, but I can attempt to. Kaven will step forward and attempt to jump up and...
You got a very high strength score, so you can manage that jump with relative ease. You take purchase from there, and then you leap up and you grab where the hand is, and you can feel the heavy sort of handle. But with your weight pulling down on it, it yanks down the door. You hear it click and can be pushed.
I'll push it when he clicks.
Right.
Yeah, I'll push too.
Roll me an athletics with advantage, Mr. Nolan.
Oh god. What?
The most terrifying foe for any adventurer.
Okay,
The door.
That's not bad. Athletics, 14.
All right. You begin to open the door, and that's when you all need to make a con saving throw and take 88 poison. No, you open the door.
Dead. I'm dead.
I mean, this happened to me before.
So it's
You
better.
press open the door, and you notice as you step forward, and the other door would obscure your view because it's one of the doubles. You don't see through it where Hawkins is. You see half of Hawkins and none of Owen. The buildings aren't they aren't see-through to you. They block your view, and anything on the other side is also invisible to you.
Yeah, so it's basically like it's wallpaper. It's camouflage, right? It's trying to duplicate what should be over on the other side.
So, as that's happening, yes, Owen and Hawkins, you witness Nolan disappear. Hawkins doesn't seem to address it too much. He's more running his hand along, and he's going, "The city is still here. Stories say it fell to dragon. They hid
Well,
it."
we're still trying to figure out where here is. It's not in the. Do you think it'll still be intact, most of it?
Maybe. He looks at the coin that you had tossed, and narrows his vision. Didn't turn invisible even when left from our purse. I've only been here when it was activated. He sort of grabs his beak as if pondering for a moment before looking at everyone else. I would love to explore this place in detail, but we are in a rush. I think what might be best for us is to find our way to the edge of the city and leap off.
Oh my god, that's morbid,
Jump?
but I like it.
Well, we were planning to... Well, we had plans to fall, if that would be the
is
case.
True.
This is within earshot, right?
Yes, he's announcing this to everyone.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure we're in the air.
Those are clouds
I mean-
below us.
At the same time, so as you can see, and I have like my arm behind the door. It might not be truly clouds below us. It could be illusion magic. So,
There's only one way to figure out.
But fair, we do need places to go. So also could be a remnant ally here? Maybe? A survivor?
After this long?
could live a long time, much longer than current Aarakocra, and longer than else even, but not 30,000 years.
Maybe they've been able to hide and they've been able to prosper. I mean, we don't know how much of this city is even here. We could be in a tower that's floating, and then, or there could be an entire floating city out there, right?
His eyes sort of widen for a moment. A living, uncorrupted area.
Let's not get our hopes up, but I mean, it's possible that there might be a survivor of 3.
But let's not get our hopes up.
We need
Regardless.
to rest. So perhaps it would be good to take a look around before we find a place that's suitable.
Yeah, it is pretty late. We should at least make sure this place is safe before we bed down.
From what I'm aware, teleporting is a lavish thing for the Airy people. Flight wasn't much of an issue for them. Travel always easy and apparent. This would be an extravagant sign of wealth. It could be in a place that could have rooms. This would probably be either a manor or a town hall of a sort.
Only one way to do is to go forward. For anyone that might have the means to see magic, you can get a outline of the walls. That's how I can see what's kind of within 33 to me.
Does the illusion extend outside the door?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, up to 33. I don't know beyond that. So I would be careful as your purchase. I mean, I guess I will go first then. Well, I will take point.
And witness, not for very long. You have an excellent control over your magic.
Me?
Yes, you can use that ability quite efficiently. I have met a few wizards capable of such things. They are great wizards.
Well, thank you for the compliment. Anyways, this way, and I will go forward and try to narrate the surroundings as we go by. So as you give details to her, it will be translated to the group too.
All right. So, as you press through and everyone steps out into this large hallway that only you can witness. To everyone else, you're just stepping through the air. Though it's not cold. Though you're high up, it's not cold and there's no wind blowing. Though you can see the clouds moving around you. The hallway itself has a rugged floor, though it seems it is not cared for anymore. There's a level of dust on it to where like when you lift your foot, you can see it sort of leaving the illusion. But the halls are lined with massive statues of these winged creatures, the Airy probably, and there are several doorways.
And so to us, it's just like statues in the air and doorways in the air.
No, there's no
right?
statues or no doors to you. You don't see anything.
Oh, to us. Okay, got it.
And these are like busts, or are these like full-on 20-foot tall statues? They're like columns supporting the roof.
Yeah, full-on columns, basically.
Oh, man.
And do any of these images look familiar to me? Like maybe Ludwig would be one of them, Razmeti another?
Looking them all over and remembering that the night where you witnessed all of them, they all seem to be of the same one. It doesn't seem to be anyone else. They all seem to be Hazalor. And each of them have their hands together, clasped over what would be like a great sword to you, but probably a long sword to them.
I would not know his name, I guess, but as I would describe that individual. And then we have 3 doors, 4 doors. How many options?
There was about 4, 2 on either side of this hallway. in the direction that would lead out of this room.
And have I scouted the entire hallway, or this is just what's in immediate view? Like if we continue down the hallway, would there potentially be more options?
Scouting down the entire hallway, it leads to another door. So at the end, so there'd be a fifth one.
So
but that was just more in
six
the,
doors total. The one we used to get in, 2 on each side, and then 1 on the other side. Do we want to move on to the adjacent hallway, or do we want to try one of these doors on the left or right?
You're the guide.
I don't.
You are.
I don't.
None of us can see this.
That's true, but I don't. You all kind of referred to me that I don't necessarily have.
I trust you entirely. With
the
all
best
of
luck, so seems to kind of happen to me where I go. Do we really want me to decide what we do, the direction we go?
This is your moment.
Do we? We have no options, Arlani.
Celeste, beginner's luck. You're a brand new member to the group. What would you want to do here? There's 2 doors on the right. There's 2 doors on the left. There's a door on the far side.
Can I just say I absolutely hate this? I'm like taking steps bow-legged, like just trying to like
reach out
not
for
to fall through. Yeah, like a blind man, just trying not to fall through the floor.
What are you worried about, Owen?
I know we're jumping off of this, but I really don't want to fall through before we do that.
As you're walking, Hawkins is walking close to the wall. He has his hand out so that he can feel it, and he like pulls it back, and like he rubs his fingers together. He started testing the dust. He goes, "There are people staying here. They haven't been using this building."
Can I, if I use prestidigitation like constantly, can I just make the ground kind of like dirty so I can see where it's at?
To dirty things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just gonna make me feel a little bit better.
Celeste, please, where would you want to go?
Well, what do you see? Because I can't see what you're seeing.
As I described, there are 2 doors on the right, there and there. There's 2 doors that mirror it on the left, there and there. There's a door on the far end of the hallway, and of course the door we just left from that was a cylinder-like room that had no other exits.
And you said that there were no markings on the door?
No markings on the door, but there was language, it looks like, similar to that of the book that you showed us, Hawkins, your book you wrote. So I can't read it. I can cast a spell to read it, but I have to run my fingers, and some of the prints not necessarily at our height. So
Can you draw
point at
what you
it?
see?
Yeah.
I don't know if we necessarily have that kind of time necessarily.
I mean, are we in a rush here?
Sort of, because Sebaraz might just
I
hear and zap us.
I feel like if he could have, he would have already. Either that or Vahn is giving him a hell of a time.
Or Windspell has hidden itself from outsiders.
Or that could also be it.
The only reason we were able to get in is because of the feather. The city has been missing for thousands.
Does the feather look any different?
No, not at all.
Okay. I thought it might have like lost its sheen until it recharges or something.
Well, Celeste.
Okay. Well, Arlani, where are we going?
I look towards Celeste.
I suggest you pick the door to the front. The one that we're facing, or what you can see.
Then
that would make sense. That would be outwards.
Yeah.
Owen has the most experience here living as a nobleman. Which would be the safest route, Owen? If you wanted to get to the king's quarters.
Well, if we arrived here, that would probably be where people teleport in.
Mm.
most nobles don't like turning at all,
Okay.
so they would walk
There you
straight
go.
out and
Okay.
straight. Yeah,
All right.
I would say straight.
I like it.
All
The only
right.
thing wrong with your assumption is there could be no correct answer. These are people who cherish their ability to flight. There might not be stairways down if we're in the air.
True.
Yes. I
And
did
it's
not think about
night.
the architecture of it.
We do see a moon above us, so it's a night
night,
sky.
okay.
Yeah, we don't see the
Okay.
roof, but it's there. I guess. Do I even see a roof? Because is that within 30 feet?
No, it's too high up for you.
Right. So vaulted ceiling minimum, or maybe no ceiling at all. I guess unlikely. We would probably feel current. All right. Let's also go forward to the next door. Have Kaven fandangle that one too. He's gonna get a nice bit of exercise on jumping.
Yes. Gotta
Are
get
you
you
sure
into
you
shape.
should be? Yeah, are you sure you should be exerting yourself like that? You did. I mean, you weren't at
We
100%
don't talk about it
before.
anymore. When
Um,
in the
okay.
past.
So
Okay.
do you use
I'm
your
worried
mage hand-
about people always talking about falling. I'd rather not fall again like I just did.
Do you use your mage hand to show where the handle is?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right. This time Hawkins will just fly to it and land with his feet on it and push it down.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and it works. Okay.
Get out of my hand.
There you go.
You hear the familiar click.
Yeah.
All right, Arlani. No one stated they're helping you. So
Fuck.
I'm gonna need you to roll a strength on this one.
Mhm.
-1. That's 3.
Arlani is pressing up against the doorway while Hawkins is like standing on the sort of tilted downwards handle,
It's a little
and
heavy.
he's look.
Feet are like sliding.
Gotta put some effort into it.
Come on, you got this.
I'm trying the best I can.
She has pushed her back against it and is like just sliding her feet across the ground at this point, not having any leeway in it.
Nolan, you're gonna have to help her.
No, she's gotta learn to do things on her own.
Well, we're gonna be here all day if no one's gonna.
Nolan.
out of the way. I'll help. I'll
Oh,
help.
there it
If it's gonna get us out of
There
here,
you
I'll help.
go, there you go.
There it is.
You got advantage. Go for it.
Wait, oh my god. Guidance, and then I do it. Fuck this.
Guidance, the door opening.
Yeah, man, you're with advantage, huh?
Yeah.
Thank God I have advantage. All right. That's 15 -1. 14 now. Hey, that's the
All right.
same as before.
You're able to, with Owen putting one hand against it and
Yeah.
giving a little extra effort, you put all your strength into it, and you do most of the moving of it, and you push it open once it reaches that initial pass by, and you nearly fall because of how much you have to push your weight into it. In front of you, there are stairs, weirdly enough,
Down or up?
going down, and it's a spiral.
Hey, you did it. Don't you feel accomplished?
Each step is quite large.
These are large stairs, and there's 3 or so footfall between each one. So, yeah.
No. Guide us again.
So, here, to help, then I will go first, and I'm gonna climb down one stair. Here's
I thought we had just gone past stairs. Okay.
Stairs are life.
Stairs.
all the experience we just got at Selgaunt is going to be greatly used here.
I can't see anything, so I guess I'll just mimic your movements, and I'll just watch your feet.
I'll wait for everyone to get on the same stair as me to know where it is, right? So that way they can like plop to it, because it's kind of daunting to fall an unknown distance, right? So,
I mean, we should get
this is
used
gonna be
to it.
this is gonna be
We're
super slow. We're caterpilling our way down a flight of stairs meant for creatures 3 times our size.
This is very Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Very much so.
And with varying amounts of effort and fear, some showing none at all and being rather mundanely bored, and others being cautious to the extreme, you make your way down the stairs.
Hey.
And so we spiral down. How long does it take to get down this flight of stairs? Is it like excessively long or?
It's maybe like 10 minutes at tops.
Jeez. So by estimate, then we are down like a floor or 2 floors down from where we were previously. From the creature's height that would be designed for this.
Oh, like 2 or 3.
Okay, so yeah, 2 to 3 floors down. Okay. And is there another door? Please don't.
No, it opens up. It opens up to a large open area, and you can't see walls in either direction. What you see is grass.
So
We see grass, or only she sees grass?
Only she.
Yeah.
Only she. You guys still see sky.
Okay.
So we are in a garden, or we left a front yard? Is the grass our height, or is it meant is it knee-high grass for a creature that's 20 feet tall? Like how tall?
It's normal grass.
Normal grass. Okay, yeah, so it's like.
It is overgrown though. It's
Yes.
unkempt and overgrown.
And
So
there's
they can, and now you can feel wind sort of blowing now.
I don't
Why
know
on
if we-
Pelor's green earth does everything have to be invisible?
Makes it fun.
That's how they cloak the city from annihilation, right? So of course, I guess we're just going to go forward then. I don't know what else to do.
What do you see?
Grass, a giant field of grass. I only can see up to about 30 feet away, so it's not like I see to the horizon. So we could be in a front yard, we could be out of, this could be an estate, and this was just open ground outside. I don't see a fence, so either we hug the wall of the building we were in and see if it leads to somewhere, or we just march off in a direction.
I trust you entirely.
I seem to despise that because normally you counter everything I say, but in this moment when it's convenient for you, no, Arnani, we are fully behind your back. So that way when things fail, it's all on you, Arnani. You screwed us over.
What are you insinuating here?
I'm insinuating that sometimes you are very cruel. That is what I'm insinuating.
Wow, that was hurtful.
Don't even act like you are appalled. That is no.
Right.
Are you hurt, Nolan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Are we looking for a place to rest, or are we looking to leave?
Can you see anything over there? Legs?
His name is Hawkins.
Hawkins, that's right, Hawkins.
Hawkins G. Windcrest.
Windcrest. Do you see anything?
This
Your eagle eyes.
My sight is very similar to your own.
How-
I asked, are we looking
And,
for a place to rest, or are we looking to leave the city?
I
What?
think we were looking for somewhere safe. We wanted to know if the
Yeah.
city would be safe for us to rest here, or if not. We've been here for a while. I haven't seen anything that might threaten us, so this might be a decent place for us to rest. Perhaps in the morning we'll have a better
there's-
view. I assume.
There's only
Um,
grass 30 feet of us. I don't need.
Do you see any
there's
walls?
the wall-
I would
the
like.
wall-
Arnani
building.
says.
There's the wall of the building that you're against,
Yeah.
Okay.
but heading out of it, there's only grass.
I would
it
love
does
to
seem to
have
be like
something.
a walkway, but the grass is even overgrown along that too.
Is there is this like a stone like brick ground and the cracks between are just like bursting with vegetation?
It looks more like there was just stones to sort of line a path that the vegetation was grown around. You do get the feeling like, oh yeah, this is probably a yard.
I was trying to gauge if how dilapidated this area would be, basically, like how disserviced. But
You do see vines growing up the walls and stuff, and breaking through the stonework at certain locations.
Yes, our assessments that this building probably is disserviced is seemingly accurate, based on growth of plant life.
Oh,
I would.
So we could just bunker
would
down
like-
here so that those of you that are very hurt, her eyes dart towards Kaven, can get a reprieve, and then we can march forward in the daylight where it might be safer.
Alright.
I will just do a
I will-
quick walk around the building here and see if I see anything else of note. So if anyone would like to buddy with me, that is... Anyone?
I will.
Great, Hawkins. Then, this way then, and I will...
We'll set up camp. Try to stay within eye line in case we need to get to you.
I would recommend back inside the dwelling. There's potential more safety inside a sheltered building.
But don't they disappear once they go behind something? Like
Any
a wall?
blockade will block our sight from you.
Hmm.
We'll stay
I don't
right
feel
here.
comfortable
Into
leaving
the
you
door.
out. Here, why don't you two keep an eye on them, and we'll set up camp just inside the door, I guess.
Set up camp.
Whoever wants to help me set up camp.
I'll
I
help set
can
up.
at least, yeah, I can at least have something for us to rest. Just make sure they don't fall off or die, I guess. I'm looking at you, Kaven, because Nolan,
Kaven looks back at you, and then you see where I'm standing in front of the doorway. Like, well, what I can't see, but
Right.
I'm going to reach my hand out and try and find the wall if I can. Mox to my left.
You're able to.
Okay, you'll see Kaven just start to walk off, follow the wall. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to find a corner, but once he finds a corner, he's just not gonna say anything back though, and he's just gonna sit down on one leg, sit down and keep one knee in front of him, kind of perch himself on his axe.
So you
Great
want to be
talk.
in the area with him, the area where everyone's camping.
In the dwelling or outside the dwelling?
Inside.
Inside. Okay, so you go back in, and you're gonna. And so that was the
It is a
hallway.
cir-
That's the stairwell. We went down a
Yeah,
stairwell.
it's like a circular room there. The corners would be close to the door. You could find one there. But it's more of a cylinder that goes upwards.
So that
Okay,
means
that's
he
what he would
wouldn't
do.
be terribly far then. He's probably within 30 to 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. As soon as he found that crevice, he would just sit down.
All right. You find
Great.
an area that's
Great.
under the stair just a little bit.
just walked. Okay, well then I guess you make sure they don't die, Nolan.
Oh, manage.
Well, we're going now. Thank you. And
All
Arlani's
right.
gonna start trying to scout the area a little bit, a perimeter around us. Not too far, right? But just within 30 feet of the wall, so she can always see the dwelling to her left, and then, be out a bit so that she can kind of bounce out an extra 30-ish feet to the side.
All right. As you, Windcrest, and Nolan walk about, following the walls, you can see that the building, as it continues, becomes broken apart and crumbled down. And as you reach the edge of your vision, you can see the what would be like the fence of this property, and it's completely crumbled away and overgrown in the area.
This might be very difficult to ascertain. Am I able to determine what the materials they were used to construct, like the fence? Is it stone? Is it
It's a
wood?
stone fence. It's not wood.
Huh. Okay.
And I imagine you're still dictating all of this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not. She's not withholding this. And then she also would have. So Nolan's following us or not following us?
I'm just falling behind.
But so there's a distance between us and you, right? You're
Yes, I'm not in your space.
So I'm gonna have a more quiet conversation
Correct.
with
Will
Hawkins
not be able
that
to hear
Nolan
anything.
should not hear. Hawkins, I know that I did this before, but I'm really ashamed by the comments that one of my colleagues has been making about you, and I just want you to know that I am terribly sorry that he's making them, and I will continue to try to correct such rude behavior.
There might have been a time in my youth I had no such remark. I I'm overlooking them. I'm standing on the precipice of the greatest discovery of my work. I understand this is a world-threatening event, and maybe that is a selfish opinion of me to hold, but...
Well, you should take whatever happiness that comes your way. So I'm glad to see that you are enjoying the circumstance regardless of everything that's bad. But nonetheless, I don't think that excuses the actions that my colleague is providing to you. And I just want to apologize with you and to let you know that I am not happy with it, so that you are justified in any upset feelings you have on the notion.
Appreciate your efforts and notion, honey, but my entire life has been dedicated to these people and these discoveries. My people were forever tainted by the action of Resme. And for one last time, the area are going to be capable of correcting a wrong in the world. It's like a great recompense.
Well, I know what that can feel like, the desire for redemption. Whether it's your own hands or someone else's hands that led you into that direction, it's nice to feel that you have a means to right a wrong.
Hopefully, by the end of this, his cruel words will be nothing in the eyes of history. And the actions we have taken will be remembered. Perhaps tens of thousands of years from now, someone will be writing a book about you.
Preferably not. It would have nothing. This is an interesting structure here. It seems to be a shack, maybe rubble of a building next to the fence.
Only we could remove the enchantment on this place. Something this strong. There's probably a power source near the center of the city. If it's still there.
I do not know anything about what even keeps these scenes afloat. So that's scary to consider. Disabling one scene might bring everything down. But
No, it shouldn't. The very earth that the Sky Lords crafted to make these islands is enchanted. Its power is innate and primal.
Well,
Could you imagine being able to lift entire islands up into the sky?
the only thing that comes to mind would be the divine having such gifts. So I think there was something about giantkins that maybe had similar things, but that seems far memory. Anywho, this is what I see here, and I'm gonna point out, and maybe with my own presentation, try to mark locations that to help detail the environment as we continue our path.
All right. And how much do you want to scout? You said you wanted to stay within like 30 feet of the original area?
Yeah, I want to stay within 30 feet of the wall of the main place. And if there's anything that's like really unusual, right, that's like on the cusp of vision, we could go investigate that, and then we come back. We're not going to keep chain dazing out.
All right. As you follow the wall, you do take a corner, which would put everyone else, like, you know, they'd go past a barrier, which would render them invisible to you. But following it, it leads just to an edge, like a sheer cliff.
Like down.
Yes, the building itself looks as though at one point it was just on the edge, but now has fallen somewhat.
So like half the building has collapsed off, like it crumbled down into the abyss.
Yes. And Hawkins, like as you like reach that point, he sort of like sudden stops. He's like, "Dear, this is the edge." He sort of like goes to peer over your shoulder, but it's all just dropped to him. How sheer is it?
It is straight sheer. The ground does not look incredibly stable. I mean, I can see that there's at least 30 feet of, well, approximately 30 feet of ground beneath us. But I see nothing else out there. The building did not survive this almost at all. That would be a way down, I presume. I mean, it's night, so I don't think I could see the earth beneath me, actually. Let alone there was clouds, you said.
Yeah.
Is it a full moon then? So do we have like silver light basically?
Yeah, you've got silver light. Like your own people are illuminated by it. Hawkins, as you're doing this, says, he steps to be beside you and goes, "The edge is here then."
Yes, and I'll like make a line because I guess I can make runes right with prestidigitation. So I'll make some kind of like coloration paint of like where the edge of the cliff would be on, maybe up to a foot if you'd allow that.
Right. He sees that and he reaches out, but as he does, you see a shimmer suddenly, and what illuminates before you looks to be a barrier.
Oh, so the cliff there's a visible force, and it doesn't register on my magic sense.
Until it was interacted with. Once he touched it, you saw it glow up, like where he touched, and it emanated outward before dying down.
Did it like ripple out beyond my 30 feet or only within my 30 feet range?
It rippled out beyond your 30 feet.
Well, we are in a magical box then. Sphere, cube, snow globe, something. Who knows how big it happens to be totally? I mean, we could try to destroy it. I don't know if that's what we want to do.
Could be a prison for us now. He puts both hands on it, and you actually see it shimmers to life. Like you can see it without magic vision.
I would have 120 feet of dark vision. I mean, no, not just vision where I can see in darkness as if it's normal, actually.
All right. So yeah, you see it glowing this sort of like golden color, and it ripples out, and it goes past your 120 feet even. You watch the gold sort of dissipate and arc as if it's forming, like you said, a globe.
Well, maybe we should head back to the others and report this information. I mean, it's the minimum we're not trapped. We can use the feather to warp somewhere else. So, let's not panic. Not yet.
So close. He looks back at Nolan.
I'm just staring at them.
We are currently trapped inside.
Trapped, you say?
Well, there seems to be some sort of arcane barrier here. I mean, can you see the golden light as she pushes her hand against it, and I imagine it gives her an illumination.
It is
do I see it?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
yes. This is defense. I imagine it's what they did to defend themselves from dragons.
Not only do they put up a barrier of possibly in massive scale, but they also cloak themselves with invisibility to hide.
Do you think they trapped one here? Dragon.
Probably, yeah, I would. I mean, this timeline you would assume be the case is they sealed themselves off before enemies arrived, hearing that neighboring sister kingdoms were being destroyed, and they hid themselves and.
there's some collapsed items here. There was a fight already.
I think that would be more due to disservice. I think it's 30,000 years. If you have not kept your building intact and stopped the vegetation from eating it, then it will crumble to dust.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised.
Would they be able to estimate?
What? Would I hear
Would they be able to? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Rude. Rude.
So rude. Would
Owen.
they be able to estimate the curvature of the barrier?
Not to any significant degree. It did appear like it's around a large city.
It's massive.
But,
massive
Okay,
size.
large city.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty much like a wall.
Hawkins
That's what I want.
kind of grips his beak again and looks down. He goes, "The rumors say that the city fell during the battle. Perhaps they destroyed some of their own. I don't know. Regardless, if we want to leave,
we'll have to
we'll have to
deactivate.
either deactivate it or sacrifice how close we are and teleport to a further location."
Well, I'm just laying this out there. If they did actually trap a dragon here, I would assume that he's going to be creating his horde closest to the
Dragons
source of.
aren't immortal. They
Well, they can live a long time, can't they? I don't know. I'm
not
an expert on
30,000 years. And they would need to eat. There would need to be things to consume. They don't eat
30,000.
grass. They would not be able to eat this vegetation.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Understood.
Could be dead. Could be
So-
a skeletal dragon. Fascinating.
Terrifying.
In fact-
Let's head back to the group so that we can all talk
Uh,
about this before we get into your...
What do you know about the city, Hawkins? Don't mind. Like, what is your history of it? What do you know of it? What is the layout? Do you know any sort of information about it? You know that it's been destroyed, but do you have any information about its use?
No,
Was it a military encampment? What was it?
No. Spellwing was a city progress and change. It was Haslor's domain. He was the Primarch of the Sky Lords. He never set foot on Earth, they said. Probably stories at this point.
Right. But this was his domain.
This is where Haslor and Sebaraz had done battle hundreds of times, and not once Sebaraz managed to take the city.
No. Well, alright, let's take it back to the group, see what they want to do. But we are trapped here.
Meanwhile, in the room with everyone else, where people have begun to set up their sleeping bags and such, what were you discussing as they disappeared from view?
I think Owen was at the beginning just kind of mumbling to himself, like just kind of like looking over at Kaven, being like, "You almost died once, fucking moody giant candle," as he's kind of like throwing stuff on the floor.
You are the worst among us. You're worse than Nolan, goddammit. He
trying to bring him out of
he
himself,
just
but
died 24 hours ago.
I don't know
and
that.
you're making this about you. You're a piece of shit. That's what you are.
Okay, so we're setting up,
Yeah.
and I kind of remember I'm like not by myself, and I go, "Oh, right. Do you have anything you need to set up? I'm the only one with a tent, but most of the party tends to just sleep under the stars, which they can do inside now, I guess."
That's true. I prefer sleeping under the stars. I think that looking up at the night sky is one of the most beautiful things you could ever lay your eyes on.
Right. Well, that's fine, I guess. Less work for us.
Right.
I didn't really, I caught your name, but, I caught your name Celeste. Is there a surname that comes with that?
No. No surname. Just
No.
Celeste. Yeah.
No family name to share.
It's not important, so it's a last name I don't wish to carry, so Celeste.
Right. Of course. My apologies then. I didn't mean any.
No, it's just how it is, you know? Parents quarreling. Just a separation, and I just stuck with Celeste.
I see. Well, welcome to our group. We did sort of whisk you away before you could have any second thoughts about joining us. I told Hawkins that I was surprised you knew anyone crazy enough to join this brigade.
Well, not crazy. But I do love a good adventure. I do love a good adventure.
May I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What are you hoping to get out of traveling with us?
I don't know. We'll see in time.
Okay.
I know I have one personal goal of mine. But of course, that's a personal goal. Nothing I'm assuming you guys could help me with, so it's my own little endeavor.
Well, if you need something, you may ask. Don't hesitate. I won't pepper you with questions.
Yes, Arlani does enough of that. So
I think she just wants to understand the world, and I don't think there is a limit on her hunger at that endeavor.
She is very curious. Curious little tiefling.
It has gotten us in trouble a couple times.
She has.
I think there's stories you should hear.
Oh!
But I think it's better around the campfire with a lot of ears.
I love a good story.
We're by the door.
You guys can't see what Arlani sees, right?
No.
I have no idea. Okay.
I don't think any of us have detect magic except you, right?
I could.
We could figure it out. It would be very useful.
I mean, I
can at least explain how she does it. Maybe
I could try. I mean, gosh, I
what
haven't
kind of
used
magic do you use?
From the divine.
The divine magic is very
interesting.
Well, I was gonna say it can be twisted to many different uses. Perhaps if she explains it, we could figure out how to copy what she does.
Yeah.
It'll be something I have to ask her.
I mean, if she's using detect magic and she's seeing all this, I'm gonna try something. And she's gonna cast detect magic.
To you?
Myself. And just
All right. The world around you for 30 feet is revealed. You're in a large sort of circular room. You can see the stairway going up, this glimmering illusion that is over the entirety of it. You can see each individual blade of grass has the same illusionary magic traveling up it. There is a world around you for 30 feet.
Is there no end to like the sky?
In the room you're in, you can see upwards. There's a roof to you because you're below a stairway.
That's true.
But stepping outside, there's 30
There's no
feet
one.
up. There's nothing. So yeah, you assume you're outside, and
Is Kaven in the same corner as us?
he's in the room with you guys, but he moved further away from you guys. You could yell at him.
I think he wants some alone time. So did you figure it out?
It's a very interesting place. I see, and she's gonna like step out and she's gonna like kind of look up at the sky and she's like, there's no end. I wonder. And she's gonna fly.
All right.
And she's gonna up.
Owen, you watch as
Divine caster with
My I just mouth the gate. Like
Divine-
I'm catching flies.
Divine caster with fly.
I fly up.
All right. You
I-
take to this guy, and
I know what she is. I know what she is. I figured it out. That was
Hey,
it. That's the
hey.
last piece I needed.
Text it to me. I want to see
I
it.
it was one of the ones I was thinking originally, but yeah, okay, fine.
Text it to me.
As you're soaring through the sky, how high do you want to go?
No.
100%.
That's wrong.
100%.
No, it's not. It's wrong. She's gonna go as far as. Let me see what my thing says.
Don't you dare reach for those books.
He's cheating. He's cheating.
Not cheating. I have it for a reason. God dang it.
Hold on, I want to see.
Okay, I can't do that.
I'll do my regular. What is it? 30 feet. 30 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna go 30 feet and try to see if like she like looks.
Going this
She's gonna,
high,
like, look down.
since your detect magic is only 30 feet, everything's disappeared to you. You are just in the air.
Oh, I'll go a little below. I'll go like 20.
All right, so then
20,
the ground again is
You can
back in your
you can still see me though.
20. I'll go 25, so that way my 30's still good to look around.
Don't see anything within 30 feet of you. Only the ground beneath
Is
you.
that how tall? Is that how tall this is?
It's like really high. Shoot.
Have you hit the ceiling yet?
No.
Well, then go higher.
I can't. My detect magic will only give me 30 feet. I wouldn't be able to see you guys.
I mean, you can physically see me, can't you?
You can see him because he's outside and there's no barrier between you.
I'll go higher.
All right. How high do you want to?
Give me like 20 more feet. So I'll be
You go
50
up.
feet up.
You go up another 20 feet. You are 50 feet off the ground, nearly 5 stories, and now you see nothing around you besides the sky.
Okay, that might be a little bit too high.
That's really high. She's just gonna come back
should-
down. Huh?
You
What?
should come back down.
What? She's just gonna descend. I can't hear you. I'm gonna descend. Just go back down.
And of course, he can't hear you as you say that, and eventually you just return.
Yeah, she's like, what? I just go back down.
Oh, good, you heard me.
All right.
Yes.
About this time, Arlani would be returning with Nolan and
Kaven would start to sit up and convene with Celeste and Owen as well.
we
How you
have
feeling?
not great news.
You're like, okay. Just had to reflect.
Hawkins looks at Arlani for a second before he speaks up again. The city has a barrier around it. The invisibility to hide it, the barrier to protect it. Leaving it seems impossible. We could try... If anyone knows how to dispel magic, we could try that. But the effects could be catastrophic.
Can you dispel something this big?
Perhaps
If you
an
dispel
area?
something this...
But
Okay.
but
Well, I mean, we could do a small area and then just get out through there. Or do we have to
Possibly.
dispel the entire enchantment?
I don't. But I do know through my readings that wind spell wasn't always like this. It's not part of the innate magic that keeps it afloat. So, whatever is causing this, we could theoretically dissolve without too much fear if we found the source of it.
Do you know how big the source would be?
He looks towards Arlani and then points to the bag. Probably similar in size to the key.
Okay. That's pretty small to comb through
Well,
a city for.
we wouldn't have to comb through entirely. Something like this, it's probably at the center point of the barrier.
Where's the center? We could. I
Well,
mean,
you just hit the barrier, right? Just
Well, I
go
can,
from there.
I can fly.
the center could be. I mean, the shield could be abnormally shaped. It doesn't have to be equally distributed, so that would make the most sense.
We have to assume some things. Otherwise, we won't get.
But then we can just gas down the middle, I guess, with a 30 feet needle. That's not very. I mean, we could pass by this scene and numerous times.
Hawkins, how bad would it be if you're saying that dispelling this magic would be catastrophic? How bad could it get?
He's worried that dispelling the magic would get rid of the magic in that area, and if it got rid of the enchantment that keeps the land afloat, the island would fall.
How? What are the chances of that happening?
You asking in character?
Yeah.
Can I make an Arcana check for
Yeah,
that?
sure.
Myself?
Can I make an Arcana check?
'Cause I would have an assumption that I know what I would think as a DM, but I don't want Arlani to metagame it. I think it's an 11. Wait, no, I'm proficient Arcana. So it should be a 14.
Sorry.
Yeah, 14.
Hard to say.
No.
Under normal
I
circumstances, it would probably only get rid of one of the spells.
And that,
But
I slept through that class.
then that would be kind of more is that you normally, when you dispel magic on something that's providing an enchantment, it's got to be on not like something that's affected by the enchantment, but the thing that is causing the enchantment, right? So in this case, we couldn't just we shouldn't be able to just nilly-willy dispel thin air. We gotta dispel the thing that's causing the effect, right? So this anchor.
Yeah, possibly. So doing it there could just, since the land is enchanted to make it float, could just make it fall. Who knows how it'd go?
And that area might have a temporary loss, I suppose. But
So preserving it would be ideal.
I mean, it's the
Well,
worst case.
finding
We
it
did
would
come
be-
up with
Plummet
the
is
notions
fine.
that we would maybe plummet down anyways, and it's also within reach of Hawkins. The majority of you would have a parachuted descent. So
Did you guys find anything?
well,
Did they watch you? Did they watch her fly when they got back, or did she
No, they
hit the
would've been
ground
around-
before that?
They would have been around the building.
Okay.
a damaged fence that was made of stone, a ruined building, potentially like a shack, shed, didn't seem as large as the others. Half of the dwelling that we are adjacent to here has been crumbled off, but that this sheer cliff seems to be either caused by decay or more likely caused by the barrier, actually. So maybe some sort of failsafe was used, or just this building was on the edge of it, and The barrier cut off the ground and some of it rubbled away. But only 80 feet behind us leads right to the shield.
And you couldn't see past that?
Well, no, I mean, as you can tell, that we have very limited light right now, that means it did look like it was we are in the air. Over the edge, it does look like that there is a massive descent down below.
Okay.
Oh.
If
you can fly under and just kind of look,
Well, so the thing was the barrier seemed to... It did go up 120 feet, so it's probably still... but if we are going to assume that it is based on a center point that's providing the effect to everywhere, then it would be spherical. And so you would reach a top and then be guided along a dome and never be able to actually achieve away and underneath the rubble.
This is all very fascinating.
It might not go underneath, though. The land did fall through it. Below us, hundreds of feet, who knows how far, there is ancient signs of ruins, mostly things dug up and stonework.
So
it could block or life.
I think it might be best for us to try to find the generator for this thing.
I mean,
it makes sense for it to be in the middle. Celeste was just saying that she figured out how to see the magic of this place. So you have another person who can see the wands.
If you can needles.
If you can explain it to me, perhaps I can try to finagle something.
Yeah. So the trouble is, it's just we just have limited vision, basically. That's our big trouble right now.
Unknown terrain. And
there is a positive, though. Windspell was a circle when it was whole, which meant all the roads led towards the center if you walk opposite of or parallel with the edge. No, perpendicular with.
Oh, you have to love good city planning. That would help immensely. Well, do you think we're going to need to set a watch today?
We can look.
I will watch regardless, at least for my 2 hours.
I'll keep watch. And do we need extra precaution?
Nolan, remember, you don't get a watch.
Ah!
Well, he would be the last watch, is what would happen.
Yes, that's right. I am the most.
No weird scenes, no changes into the shift.
Oh, look at you! You're slandering me in front of this new.
Well,
lovely.
She needs to know that there have been several occurrences where we have let you take an earlier watch, and then suddenly the schedule's not met.
What really happened? Nothing bad.
Well, that's for you to say, but from us...
Here was
We're not getting back into this, Nolan. Nope, it's not happening.
Let me explain.
No. So you and I were debating this for like 8 hours when we were walking to Selgon.
I let them sleep longer. This is my bane. My fault. I apologize.
I'll take a watch if one of you two can explain the magic to me.
Even
I can work on it while we wait, while I watch.
Owen, are we gonna need extra protection during this night?
I don't think so. This place seems quite abandoned.
What do you think?
I haven't seen a living thing all day. Well, for the time we've been here.
What do you think, Hawkins?
like your answer, Owen. That's why she's asking for another opinion.
I'm
Hawkins?
sorry.
You're all the way across the room. Don't whisper to me. You're whispering very loudly. Everyone can hear you.
My watches are fine. I don't know what you guys.
Your watches are fine. It's just we leave the best for last.
Basically, we've all had problems on our watch.
I mean,
Honestly, I can't say anything about that.
A fiend stole my water flask, and then I let him sleep longer, and now I'm punished.
well, just in case,
Is that what?
Yes, that's what happened.
No.
I'll keep watch, but I can do it sort of like kind of like an extra protection if needed. If you
I
guys
trust
want it.
you entirely.
I just want to be after either Celeste or Alani. I just need to talk to them real quick, and then that's it.
So
I'll stay with you, Owen.
Okay, perfect.
I'll stay with you.
Okay, I will take the first watch then, and then I will wake Celeste, and then we can have Owen, and then Owen, you can wake Nolan for the last watch.
Perfect.
Kaven, you can get Kaven and Hawkins can get a full night's rest.
Perfect.
You okay, Kaven?
Just to make sure we're
But,
all on the
actually-
same page. What's wrong?
I'm trying to see Caven smile at that remark.
Oh.
They're just realizing that you don't have to do everything on your own. I feel a great weight lifted, even being with you all this time. I still felt my main goal I had to accomplish myself. And I just wanted you guys to know that I appreciate it.
We'll do what we can to help you. Right, well, you all need to start catching those Z's. I will take my post.
Arlani, do you mind coming closer? And you too, Professor, and Nolan. I would like to cast something before we begin.
What are you doing to
Just come closer, please.
me?
I need you guys to be very close to me.
Is this close enough?
Preferably 10 feet from me.
Oh jeez, I have to be literally like... Okay, excuse me, Kaven, I guess I need to stand right next to you here?
That's okay.
So I'm assuming everybody's...
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay.
narrate it, we just allowed it to happen in everyone's mind.
Because I could see the tokens move, I was like, okay.
Generally, token play is not heavily stressed
Oh, okay,
on
just
our
kidding.
games.
All right, whatever. She's gonna take out her, or she has her quarterstaff in hand, and she's gonna like pound on the ground 3 times. Her opal is gonna gleam light blue, and centered from it, she's going to cast Layman's Tiny Hut, cascading all the way down towards us.
Are you doing it as a ritual or are you using a spell slot?
I'm using a spell slot.
Huh.
Your face, that's
I mean, it takes a minute to still cast it as a nut.
Just don't mind me as I parachute a protective hut around us.
Okay.
Alright.
Just in case. Just in case.
Do we need to stay inside this at all times, or
Yes.
all of us? Not just you?
Is it
Well-
visible from the outside?
Yes. Let's just say that once you step away from said hut, you won't be able to look in.
Where'd they go? Are we all in it?
Yeah,
Basically
you're
she
all-
casted on all of
yeah.
us. So the rules
got it.
is written, right, is she needs to stay at all times for it to remain. We can leave and
Okay.
come back at free will.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
But you
okay.
have to be in the bubble to gain that permission to be able to leave and come back. And then if we're outside it and we look back, it will look to a appearance that she wants, but it can't be like perfect camo. It will be like close to the environment around us.
wax paper camo.
So you can make it like a bright orange bauble if you want, but you could also kind of meld it to at least be similar color scale to the environment around us to try to camouflage it.
She would camouflage.
So yeah, but it look. Well, I mean, we don't know what the color. I mean, we don't know what the coloring of the other surroundings looks like, so it kind of pops regardless. But because it's basically invisible, right? At first. Well, not invisible, but so. Yeah.
Okay. What's the inside like?
It's nice and toasty. It'd be like, yeah. Nice, warm, and cozy.
You could have.
This is the best place we've slept in weeks.
You could have mentioned something before I set up a tent, perhaps.
Oh, that's true, but
as you can see, there's not a lot of space, so I only about 10 feet radius. So we're kind of crammed.
You know, maybe she was just testing to see if you were gonna get your fingers dirty there, Owen. Being all noble and all.
No, you're not taking watch. I'm taking the first watch. But all right, now that we have this figured out, I will let you get at it, and I'll be back. So I'm just gonna actually leave the bubble, but watch from where the doorway was, right? The creek door. I'm just gonna watch from the front. Right.
So as you're hanging there and everyone else begins to fall asleep, time passes, and would you like to roll me a perception?
Yeah, I will definitely go with that. Time to look at the beautiful sky above. With a 10.
Oh, beautiful sky it is.
Oh, not doing good.
Well, it's a 10-foot radius, so I don't know. Realistically,
Oh, radius. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's just you have to sleep on opposite sides of the center or whatever. But Arlani, as you're hanging out here and time begins to pass, and about 30 minutes pass, you don't know if the others inside are asleep yet, and you can assume. You watch as a light sort of beams up from a good distance away from you guys, and the field, you watch it kind of go outward from that center point, and everything gets revealed for 30 seconds and then disappears. It is a massive city.
Estimate? Miles?
Yeah, probably similar in size to the one you were just at. Selgon.
Any notable dwellings?
The center point isn't as far as you'd expect, which leads you to believe that the side you're on maybe lost a lot of landmass.
And then any standing out landmarks? You know, the Space Needle.
Where the light came as the illusion of invisibility dissipated from that area and things were revealed and then slowly disappeared again. It came from a large broken tower. You can tell it went much higher at one point, but right now it is broken.
Okay, and are we talking from a guess? Is this hundreds of feet tall, or?
Probably used to be. It's probably only about 130 feet at this point.
Right, but that means that the barrier's roof is at least as that tall too.
Yes, the light beam went higher. If you were trying to gauge how high that would be, it's hard with how far away it could be, but you would probably say around 300 feet.
Yeah, okay.
At its peak.
She'll pull her book out and draw as much as she can, as quickly as she can, of the environment. It'll be really poorly drawn, but she'll attempt to sketch what the layout was when she had a pocket of it.
All right. As you're doing your 2-hour watch, you notice this happens infrequently, probably about 3 times.
And it's not a consistent numeric timeline.
No, it is infrequent. It is just random intervals.
All right, well, noted. She won't do anything immediately about this.
All right. Your watch comes to an end after that.
And I definitely have stopped spamming detect magic, just so we're clear. I'm not going to suffer the repercussions of that. So I will make my way back to the bubble, and I will find Celeste and I will prestidigitation to like vibrate her clothing a little bit.
Is it my turn?
Yep, that is. I know that you're just collecting yourself now, but every now and then there's a pulse of light, presumably towards the center of town, and it temporarily seems to break the invisibility. I have gotten a couple sketches of what I assume the layout is roughly, but if you want to try to watch out for one of these and gather some data yourself, but no threats. Everything seems to be quiet, besides this unusual.
We gotta wake up Owen. I told him I was gonna describe to him what I saw.
Well, I think he was implying that near the end of your watch, you would wake him up, so that way he can still take the third watch.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Is there space for me inside the bubble to rest? Because you have to stay inside it, so...
I'll be in. I mean, I'll just look from the inside. Nothing. Really. I'll just keep on a lookout. You can come in. There should be space around.
Alright,
There's also a tent.
There's also a tent.
There's a tent that's not in the bubble.
Yeah, there's a tent that's not in the bubble. Because I set up my tent before she told me she was gonna do this.
We have six people in our party.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a 20 foot space, right?
What is outside?
Nothing. It's just the air.
So it's a circle that is like 20 feet radius. I feel like you can get 5 people in there, maybe.
And then Owen's outside.
So you could have.
I'm inside.
You could comfortably have 8 people sit in a 10-foot by 5-foot block, right? That's kind of like a twin mattress. So approximately 8 people. We have 6, so there should be space to lay down.
Technically, 9 people could fit.
But yeah, but like I mean, like with like a nice leg room.
Yeah,
That's why I would say
9.
like it looks like you could about 8 comfortably. So this would be enough. Arlani would find a corner, and then she will use the ritual alarm, regardless of the barrier. In fact, she'll cast the alarm. Of course, it's a mental ping, and it won't be a screech. It'll be a nice like audible ping that only she can hear, and nothing terrible. No, and then she will curl up and go to bed.
All right.
What?
Celeste, during your watch, would you like to roll perception?
Okay.
Why does she need to roll the perception? She's the one that's betraying us. Who would she kill first?
Hawkins.
That's the most.
Wow, that's a really good roll.
Wow.
That was a really good roll. Wow! Both 19s? Jesus. Plus my...
You have advantage in all perception checks.
22.
Eyes of the Eagle? Is that what it is?
No, it's the shield. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, you mentioned it. So
Slicky, he's trying to figure it out. It just has it. I stumped it really good. Here. No, just for that.
So,
she cast an arcane spell Fly, and she's supposed to be a cleric. She's divine casting. The only answer was divine soul. That gets the cleric spells end. But apparently it's not that. No. How does she have cleric divine access, but has arcane access?
I don't know. Maybe she multi-classed.
I don't know. Why you? She never stated she casted anything.
Okay.
She just said that she flew. Now, anyway.
Magic item. Yes.
Yeah, you can ask her, but you know.
I didn't see it.
During the night, as your watch continues, about an hour and a half in, you watch this sort of spark of light from this center point hit the 300-foot mark and go along the barrier and reveal the whole city for about 30 seconds. With your higher perception, you notice that the line, when you narrow your eyes, is jagged and broken, as if the item is malfunctioning at this point. The magic doesn't seem as stable as it should. It does seem as though it might be broken. But aside from that, nothing happens during your watch.
And it's still going into 3s, right? And it appears to be broken?
And it only did it one time during your watch.
I only did it one time, but it was broken.
Yeah, this beam went up, this jagged sort of beam, it hit the ceiling, and then the barrier sort of like reverberated outward, and it revealed the city for all of 30 seconds.
Huh. Can I roll Arcana and figure out what kind of magic this is?
I mean, you know it's a barrier and an illusion. That's
But like
here.
the jagged line as to like what is causing that? Is it just like overall decay?
Yeah, it might just be magic, like degradation. It could be that the item, the generator, is damaged. Hard to tell.
Okay.
But yeah, that is you. With your general knowledge of Arcana, you know that's not how it's intended to function.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is not your companion. Why are you drawing the Sarah Cochran?
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Hawkins is good with a spear.
He's not our companion, he said.
He should be.
That's an eagle, and we know Hawkins is more like of this. What is this called? It's an eastern bird, right?
Toucan.
It's not a toucan.
That's what he will eventually become.
Toucan Sam.
All right. Anywho, we're just derailing
a
the
warrior.
plot. So,
Just promoting loops.
So your watch comes to an end, though. Who do you wake up?
Owen. And she's just gonna... Oh, I have to leave! Oh, I can't wake up Owen!
I mean, you can, but I can leave and you can't.
I can't leave.
she thinks you're in your tent, is what's happening. But you're not in your tent. You're in her.
No, I'm not in my tent. I'm in
Right.
here.
So you can.
Oh, you
wake up.
are? Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He set up his tent, and then you made the bubble, and then he went, oh.
I wake you up.
Well, I guess I'm staying in here.
Owen. Owen, buddy.
Oh, what are you doing in my... Oh. No, that's right. Okay. That explains the smell.
Your turn.
Okay, yeah. Oh, before you head back to bed, I wanted...
Let me explain to you what happened.
Okay, perfect. What am I supposed to be seeing?
She describes what Erlani had mentioned to her previously, and she's going to say, and along that, what was very interesting is that this light beam, from what I was able to see, it looked jagged, almost like very broken. I guess if it was this beam was like being eroded, my goodest guess is something is damaged.
Oh, we would be the lucky ones to arrive at the city right as whatever's keeping it aloft begins to malfunction.
Yeah, basically.
That would be our luck.
Wow, I mean.
All right. Just give me a quick lesson in this detect magic spell, and then I'll let you sleep.
Yeah. And because Erlani is sleeping, she is going to. Oh wait, it's coming. I'm gonna give you Eyes of Night.
Eyes of Night?
I give him Eyes of Night box.
Okay.
So you can you can see over 300 feet of dark vision.
This. I mean, shouldn't your HUD be shimmering? What am I looking at?
There you go. Just you can look now. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
What am I looking at? I feel like we're like both huddled in a corner.
Just you'll look. You'll be fine. And that's what I do. Oh,
thank you.
And then I get detect magic lesson.
Yeah, I'll figure it out now.
Gotta put your fancy.
I'm gonna go outside.
Okay.
I'll just go. I'll sit outside and for my watch.
Okay.
All right.
What was I supposed to be looking at?
Eventually, Celeste retires. Owen, Roll me a perception.
Okay. That is a 24.
All right. As time passes, you do notice up in the sky, 2 birds seem to fly past the moon. It could be an illusion, or it could be birds actually there. And as you are sitting there, not knowing what exactly you're supposed to look at, since you're just floating in the air beside this large sphere that is sort of a, midnighty color, like a fucking grayish black. You hear a voice speak to you as they step through this barrier. Would you mind if I join you?
Oh, sorry, I was staring at the moon. Yeah, of course. It's a little bit crowded in there.
A bit.
Oh, I'm not used to being able to see in the dark like this. How long is this supposed to last? This was an in character, out of character question. How long do I have these eyes?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to
Celeste. What'd she do?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
None of your business. You
Did
missed it.
Did she give you dark vision?
You're sleeping.
Did she give you dark vision? Ah, she's Twilight Domain. So that's an hour. She channeled Divinity Twilight Domain. That's an hour. Was that what happened? Is it Twilight Domain?
I think that was it's a spell I have.
Dark vision
Okay.
hour. If it's a second level spell, dark vision lasts an hour.
Okay, thank you.
So you cast it. It wasn't her that cast it. It was you that cast it. Why would you ask her how long it lasts if you knew how long it lasts?
I'm horrible with my spells.
Regardless.
I didn't do anything. I'm asleep.
Yeah, if it's Eyes of the Night, it's 1 hour.
And if it's dark vision, it's 1 hour.
Also, it's also an hour. Okay, good to know.
So as the two of you are sitting there and you're talking about being able to see, he just shrugs his shoulders a bit. I'm only going off of the moonlight at the moment.
He's so snobby, dude. Rich.
Owen, would you care to tell me how you all came together? I've been looking for threads of connection between the group of you, and well, I've had my share of dysfunctional relationships when it comes to work.
Yeah, I imagine hiring for expeditions, you don't get the best workers. Why ask me? I feel like Arlani would tell you much more than I would.
She comes off as cautious and distant about herself. Despite her probing of others, she rarely answers questions directed at herself and immediately tries to divert the conversation in a new direction. I haven't been able to get anything from her yet outside of the mission.
That is very apt.
I would speak to Nolan, though he appears to be racist. Kaven doesn't seem the kind to address me. Celeste only just joined you. And that leaves you.
Oh, and here I was hoping you would say something about me, seeming to be an honorable man who would tell you the truth, but I guess we don't get that. Yes, I'll tell you. We came together on a mission for a third party, sort of like one of your expeditions. We found that by staying together, our personal missions could be acted upon. It keeps us safer. Even with Arlani. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for her and Kaven. I'd be a body in a hag's hut somewhere.
A hag?
Yeah, we've had some journeys and some adventures on our own. If you are worried about traveling with us, we are capable. We have survived a lot. We can keep you safe.
I don't think that you're incapable, or any of you. I was just trying to understand what it is that connects you. Didn't appear to be financial goals, and it was looking like it might have just been a sense of altruism to save the world. Perhaps you felt obligated. But if there is a mutual benefit to all this, then that's understandable.
I don't think it's altruism. I think, in much the way that the entire world probably belongs to all of us, if it goes away, if it is destroyed by this man, I feel like we all lose. It's nice for you to think of it as altruism, but I mean, I think we're all selfish in our own way. We selfishly keep each other close.
The moments that you were with Vahn were brief, but you had opportunity to pawn off responsibility onto him. You could have pulled him aside and handed him the oar.
Vahn.
He is
Vahn.
a very capable wizard and an accomplished general in an army capable of handling such a situation.
Vahn also has very lofty goals, perhaps too large. You saw him jump down as soon as we saw him. I would be afraid of... Well... I would be afraid of leaving this with anyone, because then I can't control how well it's done, I guess.
He sort of scoots closer to you, and he places his hand on your shoulder. Whatever selfish reasons you can make up in your head to pretend that it's not an altruistic act, doing fine. I may be presumptuous. Do you not like to think of yourself as a good person?
I'm starting to feel like this conversation is getting a little bit too personal.
He sort of narrows his eyes and then nods his head before taking a step back.
I know we as people are selfish creatures. I think I am as good as I can be. I won't lie. Okay? I won't say I do this for others. In my family there is a saying, we do all we can for... We choose what our world is, and we protect it, even if it means everything else burns. I am choosing what is mine, and I'm going to protect it. I feel I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know. You asked me if I was a good person. I'm going to say I'm simply human. You jumped on this with us for your own reasons. I trust you to hold your own for your own gold. the same with everyone else. That's how I trust you.
Owen came along for redemption for my people. But holding my own goal would put others at risk, would abandon them. That is the difference between us and Sebaraz. He has justified in his mind the slaughtering of all of our kind for his own goal. And he believes them to be just. If we just start to put our own endeavors ahead of the lives of those around us, we won't be any better than him.
I have heard arguments like his many a time. Honestly, I've heard the same arguments from my own family. He doesn't see us as equal to him. He sees us as rats, sacrifices. And to be honest, I can understand his argument. What is 1,000 rats to a family member? But we aren't rats. He could try to do what he does. But if we can do this, if we can foil his plan, then we've proven ourselves to be his equals. We've proven ourselves stronger than his will. That's what we must do. I don't deny him his logic, except for the very fact that we will fight to survive.
It does make it difficult if you can understand me. To be fair, I don't assume his goal much different than my own. Just the means of he's willing to go. He's looking to redeem himself and give his people a second chance. I'm looking to redeem my people.
Why do you hold what your people did so... You didn't do it. Whatever atrocities happened. You aren't responsible.
Let me tell you a story about the Sky Lord Razmeti. The one I know most about. Razmeti was the younger of 2 siblings. His sister would have been the Sky Lord in his place. But she chose family over it. Cast. I am a direct descendant of her, which means I am related to the deceiver. To you, your kind, this probably means very little. But to Eric Cohen and the cursed ones, this is a great sin. My living with you was a self-imposed, for my own people. Completing this task in the last years of my life will allow me to return to my birthplace. I
think you're wrong. I think humans do put quite a lot of stock in a family name.
30,000-year-old relationships.
Well, according to some royal families, they try to trace their blood back to God. At least you know you got it. Well, you got it right. So you want to fix this as what? Razmedi's kin or the sisters?
As an Aarakocra.
That's a lot. That's a lot of weight. That's the weight of an entire race.
And it felt divine that you would come to my city with this particular problem. I'm an archaeologist. I spent a lot of the time digging up things that people considered divine and sacred, and a lot of time figuring out the mechanisms of magic that allowed miracles to happen. I have spent a lot of time spitting in the face of divine. But I feel like I have been called. And I was hoping maybe you felt called too. A group of you seems so all over the place.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think there is a chance that might be it. There's a pull to this group that I never very felt before. There was a mission put before me by something greater than myself. It gave me the chance to protect my family. If I could take it on. I say I'm doing this for myself, but perhaps like you, I'm doing it to wipe the stain off, I guess, the name Oxhorn. So you're not alone there. Although, I guess mine doesn't go back 30,000 years.
What's a few years?
Owen just kind of looks up at the moon.
Do you think we can do it? He's an ancient evil. He's like legend. In my eyes, this is no different than if Wolf Spider returned.
I don't know if you could do it. Honestly, for the longest time, I've felt drowning in problems I couldn't even conceive of solving. But with this, there's a chance. There's a plan.
Hinges sacrifice of one who's already betrayed his people, not once but twice. Betrayed the Sky Lords and then sold out his world. Amen.
Those are some pretty large mistakes to fix. I'm not gonna lie.
Unforgivable.
If it were easy to fix those, then it wouldn't mean anything, would it? At least this way.
I was going to wait to tell the whole group. The reason I woke up. The dream never came to me.
Owen's eyes kind of grow large for a moment.
I was told I would see the capitals, that I would see the end of my people, that I would see the machination and of the key and its use and the betrayal, but nothing came to me.
No, that's
I
not.
slept.
Well, then we're missing something. Something. There was a trigger. Well, you're part of this team, even if you don't have the dream yet. We'll find what it was.
Or perhaps the Lord of Nightmares doesn't just... He closes his eyes and lets out a sigh, and as he does, you can see his face gets briefly illuminated by a gold glow, which causes your eyes to shoot back towards the city, at which point you see the beam of light going upwards, the one that you were told about. It seems to be crackled and dissipating at certain points, and as it hits the barrier, the city illuminates, and his eyes open again. He watches as the city is revealed for only 15 seconds this time.
Celeste says it's breaking down.
We punctured the barrier with our teleport. We might have damaged it.
Of course we did. Of course we would break something. I'm afraid to ask. You wouldn't know how long it's going to keep. How long it would last. No one probably knows. We are going to have to hurry, though. You said the stones keep this place up. Do you think if that goes down, the city will fall?
It's hard to say. I doubt it. I don't think they're connected. Could be a blessing for us. It's revealed to it, so to where it is.
Do you think others will notice it?
They might.
Then our mission just got a little bit more complicated.
Worries. If they couldn't see us before, it's only 30-second windows. It could possibly witness us. That would require them to be looking at with such consistency. It's not worth fearing. The likelihood of that happening. I just wonder if these gaps are enough to jump, or perhaps only the barrier is weakened and it might re-strengthen mid-jump and bisect one of us. I don't know.
That's met with a look of alarm. Well, then let's not do that. Unless it's an emergency. Does he look tired? He's joined us very quickly. How is this weigh upon him.
Looking at his face and his eyes, his brow is sort of furrowed up into a frown, and his eyes are staring at the city that is slowly disappearing over the 15 seconds before he lets out a sigh and closes them. I'll let the rest of the group know that the dream never came.
It hasn't come yet. Your place on this team isn't based on a dream.
Have we let Celeste touch the key yet?
No.
We have.
When you touched the key, did you feel anything?
No. But when I cast Identify, I had the image that Alani had detailed to me.
But there was no golden shimmer run up your arm?
I haven't noticed a change in myself.
I think the dream might be triggered by something different than a simple Identify spell. You may not have it now, but I think we can attune you and Celeste to the key. Not soon, but in time? I don't know. I think Arlani understands it better than I do.
I don't think any of us have a good grasp. We are awkwardly flailing through a pool far too big for us without knowing how to swim. But we've been shown how to swim by someone who didn't explain any of the motion, and we're trying our best.
Very apt.
He pulls himself to his feet. I'm going to return to sleep.
I think I should be waking up Nolan for his watch. Anyways, let me join you.
He nods his head.
I head inside and I kind of knock Nolan on the head. I rap Nolan on the head a bit.
What? Oh!
It's your turn. You got until sunrise.
Oh. Okay. How was it? What was your watch? Was it everything that you dreamed of?
It was everything and more. Why don't you get out there and perhaps you can have your watch of your dreams.
You sleep tight, okay? Is there anything I must be wary about?
Yes, there's brief flashes of light that are illuminating the city.
Light strikes, yes?
From the ground up. I think it's the enchantments kind of malfunctioning. It's gonna move our timetable up. Just keep an eye on it. Tell us if it gets worse.
Sure.
I only had it once.
Yes, it sounds great. I got a long list of things I have to do, but I will keep that in mind. By the way, my good friend, I am interested. Vahn was closest to you. You weren't the one that... I mean, after you, of course, told me that I was the one that attacked poor Damien. I was wondering if perhaps you were on the other end this time. Were you looking out for Vaughn's best interest there?
My eyebrows furrow like in anger.
You didn't.
And I stare down Nolan.
Perhaps this is not a good conversation.
Perhaps this is a conversation for another time.
Another time, of course. Everything is another time. Yeah. You go to sleep now. I will take care of everybody's health and safety for the night. Oh, the morning, I guess. It's getting close, huh? Usually. What?
Stay safe.
I really enjoy your company. You are unique. And thank you. Good night.
He retires to the orb and lays down.
I'm gonna go to like a corner of the fucking hut and just kind of like scrunch up into a ball and just kind of stare at the floor and then like lowly mumble to myself. I did have his best interest in mind. Fucking Nolan. And then I'm gonna go to bed.
And then we all beat Nolan to death.
Yep.
I think, alright, I'll do my watch, I guess. What do I see with my poor eyesight for being an old man? Do I have to roll anything for you?
Sure, if you want to. Yeah, roll a perception.
Sure. Oh.
11 plus what?
Disadvantage, yes. 11 plus 0. 11.
7 zombies for your goal. Anyways.
Oh, perfect.
As you're looking out, about the start of your watch, that beam of light shoots upwards and reveals the city to you for 30 seconds before dissipating. But after that, nothing else happens, and you watch very clearly as the sun rises and the clouds start to part, and you can see the ground below you, like hundreds of feet. You are in one of the higher layers of the atmosphere.
I see clouds below me still.
Yeah, they're just now parted.
In between that time, of course, would apply 3 gold pieces.
Of course.
Father Adam.
You're slowly getting there.
Did you break the platinum? Where'd you get the gold? Because I thought you went out of gold.
I specifically gave him 10 gold. Gave her 10 gold instead of.
Right, that's right.
Platinum.
The guy gave you back gold from the tournament. He didn't give you platinum back. That's right. Okay.
3 gold pieces. That brings me to a grand total of 7.1.
Put them in your mortar. You fucking heat it, grind it, crush it, whatever you need to do to it, and you apply it to
very special
the skull of Father Adams.
No one will ever have you if my life depends upon it. And then I will wake everybody up. Hey, everybody! Guess what? Everybody, wake up! Wake up, sleepyheads! Wake up!
One by one, you all awaken.
Why is there gold dust on the ground?
Stop!
Kaven, you feel so much better.
Oh, the gold on there. That was what happened was.
There's just floating gold dust. There's gold dust. What happened?
What happened was I like to imagine that gold protects everybody, so I ground up a piece of gold and I sprinkled it on everybody's head while they were sleeping.
Nolan, this is exactly why we don't like you to have an earlier watch. You do these really
you don't
weird.
like being powdered with gold while you were asleep?
Yes, of course I don't like being powdered with gold while I sleep. Wait, where did you put the gold? And she's like looking down her shirt to see if there's like gold.
This feels like a power gold should have.
See, already Owen feels more enthusiastic about the day. Yes? Alright, good. Everybody. Now, while I was watching everybody sleep, now that doesn't sound creepy at all, there was a flash of light that came out and I saw the city, and it is actually a mundane city. This is actually one of the most original cities I've seen, but nothing about it seemed absolutely anything spectacular at all.
You do not, what about the giant tower in the center of the...
Oh, that was unique.
Or the fact that it's made for giants.
Well...
Also, there's a barrier of illusion that hides it, and it's floating...
all of these things we already knew.
Apparently, thousands of miles above the most mundane city
We
you've
are
seen.
not going to get into one of your panic episodes, Arlani, okay? You need to calm down. Alright?
Well, I'm sorry that maybe I'm already on edge when I was effectively almost killed by some primordials yesterday.
A giant that comes out of nowhere and smites you where you stand.
Is there a giant in there?
There's not going to be a random encounter with a serious... Oh, no! We are perfectly safe up here, flying aimlessly in the clouds on an imaginary city that is floating.
The imaginary.
Invisible.
But all right, so what?
Well, we need to go towards the source, obviously, everybody. So everybody all rested up and good to go, powdered.
Now I have to pick up my tent.
Oh, poor Owen. I will get the tent for you, all right? I'm full of...
No, I got it.
No, it's okay. You don't have to exert yourself.
You're gonna get gold dust on it.
I only looked out for my team.
No, I get it. I'm just saying you have sparkly hands. You're gonna get gold dust on my tent.
I have sparkly hands.
Where the hell
Yeah,
did you
I
even
can do
get
it.
gold dust?
Absolutely.
That is true. Where did you get that?
I have my sources of gold dust. Okay.
Can I insight him?
Seems so secretive.
Can I insight that?
You keep it in a bag?
I create... It's cooked to order, all right?
Cooked to
Now,
order.
Can you
Can
show
I
me?
insight box?
Do you want to see my gold dust?
do.
Can I insight?
I don't even. He makes
Go
his
ahead.
own gold dust. I don't. Is he lying?
I am not lying. So if you insight check me, it's an auto crit win, and I am completely serious. So
Well,
I do
despite
have-
irrelevant of where this old dust is coming from, realistically, why would you? What compels you to douse our heads in it in the middle of the night?
because you have such unfaith in my watches, I did everything necessary to ensure my
And
supply.
gold dust is part of a. I don't even want. You know what? Don't do it again.
Don't do what again?
Sprinkle gold.
You don't want to be protected by gold?
No,
I don't think he does, Nolan.
I don't see you.
Okay. She... Fine. You don't have to be. Fine. No problem.
Why do I
Cross you off
sound?
the list.
Okay, good. Well, we're on the same page then.
I'm gonna walk.
Silver for
I'm
you
gonna
then.
walk. I'm gonna walk by Nolan and just whisper. Some people are just so ungrateful.
I know.
And walk away.
Commoners, right? Anyway.
Standard episode, always shitting on our Lonnie. That's how it always is.
Lonnie, she's on herself. But it's fine. We're gonna go to the source. Everybody okay with that? I will leave
Yeah,
this
let's
time.
go.
I have
Yeah,
prepared myself.
Are
Hawkins,
we
what do you
assuming
think?
the road right outside this building is one of the ones that goes straight to the middle?
I got some
Seems
sketches.
like it would be.
So I told Celeste, so there's a flash of light at random intervals, and the illusion seems to fade at these pointed times for about a half a minute. I witnessed several, and I managed to get flips her book open, several sketches of what I
Are
think
those
layout would be. We can try to use this to help us more expediently go towards the center. It's this tower.
Think of that, Arlani. You are genius.
that looks
Normally
like a
that would be a
foxy
compliment, but for
rabbit?
some reasons, when you say it, I suspect something.
Why? What?
I don't.
They're very pretty, and look at it. You drew the whole thing.
Why does it sound like he's pandering to me?
What? I'm not pandering.
Your voice is rising in pitch, which kind of implies that you are.
Nolan, Arlani,
Anyway, gentlemen.
we have things to do.
Arlani, there's something interesting that happened during my watch that Owen knows, but the light beam is sort of jagged when it goes across.
It turns out when we teleported here, we sort of broke the enchantments that keep the barrier and the invisibility on the city.
It's like malfunctioning almost, decaying, eroding.
I think it's beckoning us to come closer. Come to me. Yeah, I'm here. Look.
You have enough gold dust for all of us.
I have already protected you with gold dust. I protected everybody who's important with gold dust. Let's just say that.
He's paying the gold fairy.
Okay.
So
is there gold dust on Hawkins?
There's gold dust on no one.
Yeah. But it's a truthful statement nonetheless, because the one thing that does matter, Father Adams, that's the one that got it. It is a truthful statement.
Right. No.
Well,
Will we heed the call of the beckoning of the middle of the city? Or not?
I don't think we have too many other options, right?
Well, Hawkins did say we could wait for it to malfunction and then jump off. But if it fixes itself as we jump, it will cut us in half.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, the window was 30 seconds. So, I mean,
If
it's
it's not a bubble downwards as well, we could also splatter against it in a painful manner.
You're sounding like our Alani more and more. I think, are you hanging around her a bit often? Or?
I don't know which rate
I
the
don't
barrier disappears and reappears either. The barrier could be fixed instantly and then the illusion recovers. It's hard to tell.
Maybe we best go take a look at it at least.
Very, I agree.
Okay. Oh, look what I can do. And I am going to like open one eye and close one eye and for like a minute.
I can blink.
And then do detect magic. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for a fucking minute and like 6 seconds. And I'm gonna cast detect magic. I have the glowy eyes too.
I did cast detect magic and say good luck. Okay, that's fine.
No, you suck.
Then let us be off. We have many things to do, and there is a time limit. Kaven, are you feeling better?
Feeling much better, actually. Better spirited too, even more than yesterday.
There could be a dragon in here, Kaven.
30,000-year-old dragon. There also could be a god walking in here too. There could be the Lord of the Abyss in here. I mean, there's many possible things that could and could not be, Nolan. I mean, come on.
I smile at Lonnie as he finally understands. Yeah?
What the hell did you see that I didn't?
What? No, I'm basically saying he's saying it could be this, and in this case, it seems rather moot. Why a dragon? Why not make it something even more dangerous?
Yes,
would a dragon
I didn't think that.
Steal your ire, Arlani. That is exactly the kind of attitude I want to hear.
Let's walk and talk.
It's like people want to be on my bad side. I don't.
Well, you're growing some. You know?
You know what?
Sticking up for yourself.
Kara! Claps my hands together, and my rabbit appears in my hands, and I just give it a hug, and I start ignoring. I start ignoring Nolan.
Don't get a comfort animal like that.
Kara is getting rubbing her at my face against her.
Oh, that poor rabbit.
Who's the best rabbit in the world? You are?
If only you could pose that rabbit, Owen.
If I could.
Is it colored? Is it what?
We should swap you out with rabbit, and then she'll finally like you. We'll do that one day, Kaven. Write it down.
You could dye the bunny pink.
I'm sorry. Did I? No. She's a beautiful caramel color.
Perfect.
You look pretty cool in pink.
How do we know we're like? We're following you, right? Both of you guys, because you guys can see where the road's at.
I'm gonna lead the way.
Okay.
Leads us fucking.
I will use detect magic and my sketches to guide us towards the middle.
My detect
Okay.
magic only lasts for a minute, so I guide the way for a minute, I think, right?
Yours lasts 10 minutes. Detect magic
Last-
concentration 10 minutes if you cast it.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Mine will last 10 minutes too, but I can refresh it as many times as I want without an expense.
I'll use it once just to get an idea of where we're at, and then I'll lead as much as
I'll trade with you then.
Okay.
After like your 10 minutes are up, I'll go.
Don't forget that Owen has already used his too, so his 10 minutes already started. So.
Yeah, but mine was a ritual.
Oh, that takes you 10 minutes to do the ritual.
Oh, is it 10 minutes for a
Yeah,
ritual?
ritual is 10
That
minutes
was a
plus
minute.
whatever the default action is.
Oh, fuck that shit. Okay, then I use the first level spell for it.
We might be doing a death-defying combat, and we're burning all our spell slots on detect magic. Beautiful.
No, I just wanted to make sure I could use it. I would like to be able to walk without being afraid. But once I get the hang of it, I'll just leave it. It's fine. There's nothing really to look at. We're in the middle of a road. I do want to ask Hawkins something, though. Hawkins, you said this generator would be about the size of the key in the middle of town. Do you have an idea what it might look like? Would it be the same feather motif, or perhaps a different shape?
The conduits they designed back then were spherical. That's with magic bends and curves and means to get it to move in an indefinite manner. But back then, they could simply spherical, and the magic would flow into itself. Now we use runes to funnel it in a more manufactured way.
Okay. I was hoping it would be something I would be familiar with from seeing that key. Something I could perhaps track magically. But it seems too strange for me to grasp in my mind. I don't think I would be able to find it. That's unfortunate.
No, definitely not. But you'll get there. You're a keen mind.
So, where are we going?
I think we're already
On the road.
Going on the road.
On the road again.
Nolan, I need to ask.
Yes.
Stop any animosity from perhaps growing between us.
Uh-huh.
Your remarks come off as incredibly sarcastic, belittling. Is that your intention with them?
What? No! Why would you say something like that?
Don't think I'm the only one who feels that way.
Oh, what? I'm not sure what you're saying, but they are of the utmost respect for your elderly age.
You called him chicken legs.
I only said that.
The pacing of your statement is allowing you to fabricate lies as you speak. It doesn't sound like what you are saying is truthful in the slightest.
Really?
Yes!
I am only saying what's on my mind.
Why did you stress that only so much? I am only doing these things because
I'm sorry. I don't mean it at all. Actually, I am rather supremely interested in your whole anatomy, and everything about you is interesting. The wings, the legs, everything, all of it is fantastic, right?
I want to insight him. I want metagame knowledge. Insight. I'm inciting this son of a bitch.
All right.
No! Alright, I don't know shit. 5. I got a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably don't know, but I sound genuine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it. I don't think I'm gonna roll a deception at all, but I'll do it. Yes.
But I mean, if you do mean earnest that way, then maybe you change your approach a little bit.
I've never had anybody to help me with these kind of interactions at all. So if I am saying something, you have to, of course, tell me, because otherwise I wouldn't know. Did I offend you, Hawkins?
Some of the remarks were not pleasant.
I'm so sorry. I apologize immediately. I hope we could be friends. And you could tell me your secrets. And I will share with you mine. Together, we will be secret buddies.
Oh, man.
I hate Nolan.
I feel like Nolan is what noble should be.
Oh man.
No? Are we on a good accord here? Is all of this behind us? Have I offended anybody else? Now is the time. The intervention is now.
Yes.
Okay. Get it out.
Definitely.
What did I do to you?
You keep insinuating that Owen and I are an item, and we're not. And even though I rejected it several times.
I only noticed the sparks between you two, and
they are not existing.
They are non-existing.
Yes.
How do you feel about that, Owen? Are you in agreement with this?
I am okay with that.
You're okay with that. So, ultimately, here, I cast Zone of Truth.
God damn.
Oh god.
I look at Caven and I'm like, is this actually happening?
Can we just walk out of it?
Yeah, we're walking. We're walking as you're doing it.
Shit.
This is how this group always is.
I will walk past it.
You just have Nolan just trying to like make Lonnie and Owen an item. Him hating Hawkins.
I'm not trying to make it.
Right on the spot. I mean, I'm pretty guilty of it too. So. Not as much as you.
Listen, if you tell me right now, that you have no feelings for Alani, and Alani, you have no feelings for Owen, we will drop this completely. Right now.
To be precise, romantic feelings, Owen. He once trapped me inside on the boat, and he used his truth-demanding spell, and it's the time he phrased it as if you needed to have feelings. Well, I mean, of course, I care about all of you, so I have feelings for all of you. But romantic feelings, I don't have romantic feelings for you.
Okay. All right, and Owen?
Honestly, she's like a sister. She's as annoying as a sister.
Okay. Oh.
Wonderful. Glad we got this out of the way.
I apologize for my pursuit of your happiness together. My apologies again.
Was a good intent, Nolan.
Celeste, have I done anything to offend you?
You did not know.
Perfect. We move on. Kaven.
You don't have to ask me, you know, Nolan.
Alright, Kaven. You are indeed my favorite of the sort. And
perhaps the matchmaking should be done in like a different direction.
So you're leaving it open. You want the door open on that.
Oh god, no.
Both.
You guys didn't understand
Doors
the joke.
Closed. Slamming the door or just slightly ajar?
Oh god. Please tell me we're going to walk into a building.
You're the one with the tech magic. We're following you.
It falls off. I can't see anything anymore.
Where are we going?
You're the one with the tech magic.
I'm not sure.
We're following you, Owen. You casted detect magic first.
Mine went off like 20 minutes ago.
Has it. Oh, okay.
Alani has it going, yeah.
Oh, okay, then we're following you.
How long can you cast? Yeah. How long can you do that before you get like a migraine?
A migraine? I mean...
Yeah. Like I feel looking at magic for a while can get a bit Not exasperating.
Yeah, the
Tiring?
DM, is there a initially you inferred there would be a punishment upon overusage of it. So this is
There is. You do feel a slight strain, but it's not stopping you yet.
Right. But so the question is, how long can I do it before I start suffering effects, even if they're just mild, like uncomfortableness?
Depends on the day, your determination at the time. Slight itch to your eye will probably be after an hour.
How much Box is annoyed?
About an hour.
Okay.
Typically. So we are just starting now, and I think the conversation has been distracting me a little bit, but no worries. Me and Kara are back on the job. Of course, Kara can't see the magic, so I am back on the job.
Okay. Hawkins. Dear friend. How would you feel if we got this place open, if we were to rifle through the things for any... I mean, what is your feelings about that? You're an archaeologist. You wanted to leave it as is, or anything goes at that point in time?
You want to loot the city?
Owen, please, not
We don't
verbiage.
have
We just got through this, right?
the time to dedicate any sort of reconstruction or preserving of the things here. Once we take down the barrier, the city will be shown to the world again. It would only be a matter of time.
So whatever we can grab, then. What you're saying?
Don't destroy needlessly.
Well, of course we would not.
Well, I mean,
This
the
is
other thing to note though is that quite a bit of this is meant for people 3 times the size of us. So in terms of valuables, unlikely we'll be able to get much.
Caven is quite a specimen, if you haven't noticed.
I am so sorry, Kaven. I forgot that you could carry things that are meant for creatures 3 times your size.
Perhaps you can find a letter opener of some sort.
Exactly,
Or-
that's what I was thinking, right? That's something.
Or we could put a writing implement into a ballista.
Yes, now you're thinking.
Well,
I never said it was a bad idea, Nolan. I was just clarifying that you wanted to loot the city.
Well, you use the word loot. It's not loot, it's preserve the city, right? It's true.
What is happening?
they are getting into an argument about semantics.
Still?
Yes.
Lord.
This happens quite
It
often,
happens-
actually, with Nolan. He
it happens
always
a
finds
lot with
way,
this party.
He finds ways to worm words to allow the as maximum amount of truth to be possible with them.
Have you talked to him about it?
I mean, we're talking about it out loud right now. He hears me talking about it with some disdain.
I am unsure of what you're talking about, Harlani. I don't do anything of the sort. I am only.
Seems like you're struggling to find the word you're looking to make it about as much truth as possible.
I'm only talking about preserving an entire.
Yep, see, there it is. That's exactly the word choice we're looking for. He's very selective, and it might take him a while to
The
figure some
area are
out.
extinct, and we must protect it.
So, Kaven,
Hawkins-
I'm going to eject myself from this conversation. Kaven, how are you
Hawkins-
feeling? You said
I'm
you're
with
feeling better.
Yeah.
Feeling better. Mine's refreshed. Just had to think about things in a different way. I suppose, and my body feels much, much better. But
So, someone said, I think, so who was the fireman that was trying to...
that was my brother. Although a lot bigger than I had remembered.
Is there like a... I mean, I know you mentioned that you do not have a great relationship with your father, but why is your brother... I mean, he came down with killing intent. He was not just...
My brother's no more different than my father. Maybe not at his scale, but he was always closer to him than my mother. Just same people, different position. He grew up just as ruthless as my father did.
So he just killed you because you're competition? tried to kill you? Well, I guess was he the one that killed you?
Yes. You can see he kind of lowers his head when he says that.
So is he in league with your father? Is he a different person, also seeing you as a risk? Why? I guess
he was sent here by him. There's not a question in my mind. Clearly, there's something. They don't want me walking around, is all.
Do you know why?
Maybe it could be that, but I don't fully know. I need more information to go off before I can make any assumptions, but clearly the intent is there.
Well, but you just said it could be that. What was the that?
There was this transaction done by my mother, which had a idea with a particular slave in mind. It had to deal with one of the higher up genasi. And that's when things started to change. So I believe that has some sort of symbolism with it. But I don't quite fully know. I need more information.
What was the deal? I mean, you know of it. Do you know what it entailed?
I just know my mother was... There was a specific slave in mind that had come from far away, from the far... Which he just means, you can tell he means like outer world, like different plane. And that's all I knew. I didn't go with my mother for this agreement. I just found out about it as I was leaving. But that was what pushed me out. And that's what seems to be the only thing I can recollect with it, not other than me and my father and brother never having really a great relationship to begin with, but I don't think it's enough to want them to kill me.
But so it seems that they want to kill you now.
I'd say so.
I'm not the only one in this conversation, but I don't have any hypothesis either.
Your brother had an impressive physique, but you definitely had the edge on him if you didn't use those dirty tactics. In fact, I think if you were to meet again under real circumstances, you would definitely best him.
But he doesn't have to best him one-on-one. He has us to help.
I don't know.
Do you plan on fighting him again? Ever?
In that form he was in.
Plan.
Never. I know my boundaries better than anybody.
It's an interesting question, though, Kaven. If we did come across your family, would you want us to interfere?
Nolan.
Well, I only say
it's an honest question. What? So, Celeste and Hawkins are recent here, and its only reason to talk about this is that your brother seems to be hot after you now, and it's evidence that there's a large risk involved with it. What do you want to do? Do you want to kill your brother? It seems that you do want to kill your father based on previous conversations. What do you want to do, Kaven?
I would prefer to imprison my brother rather than have to take his life, but knowing the power that I have now, I would need people like you to assist in that. But my father, he is a man not worth saving. I mean, you can see what he turned my brother into alone. Maybe you didn't see it firsthand, but I'm sure Nolan can explain it. He's ruthless, and there's not a single ounce of kindness or forgiveness in his heart. There's no doubt in my mind that the only way to stop my father is by killing him. He would never go so lightly as to just stop. But
his brother did not hesitate to kick him off that balcony.
So you didn't fall off, he
kicked him off.
But anyone that has that intent for you, it's only justifiable for you to reciprocate said desire, I guess.
And you did fight him on your own. With us there, I mean, we are part of your power. You've been useful for us. We would be useful for you.
But I'm not going to I'm not going to let this man kill you. So.
Huzzah!
You've all been great, and I appreciate everything. And I know we are all friends, in my opinion. We've been through so much. Honestly, the main goal out of everything is I'd like to free my mother. But I don't...
Free your mother?
My mother's in prison.
I was not aware of this. Where's the prison?
Probably in the higher up council of the Fireplanes, no doubt. Unless he's keeping it under wraps.
That is plane of travel. Very. Okay, it might be a while before we can do something about that.
Oh, and you were so noble before.
I
Come
mean,
on, Lonnie.
How are we going to just cross the plains? We'll need help from something. I can't do that. Can you, Owen? Can you just tell us a barrier and walk into the plane of fire right now?
Maybe the next time maybe we won't have to. I mean, if my brother has that kind of intent with me.
Do you think your brothers are saving though?
I don't.
People change.
All I know is if he shows up with that intent, as he did last time, which he will, I don't think he'll give us the choice of saving him. It'll be life or death, and I would not want to put anyone or myself at risk for someone like that. But at the end of the day, he still is my brother and my last of my brothers. So.
I mean, I don't really know your background or where you come from, but maybe, I don't know, I guess I'm just trying to say maybe with a softer hand and an easier approach, that could help.
Soft hands. Family never really knew that. Mother knew that. You know.
Do you think that's what he's missing?
His soft hands were more rugged to torturing and information gathering by any means necessary. Murder. Quite anything that he could do for power, so soft hands.
This is your brother we're talking about?
My father.
Father, right.
Which he's instilled many of the same being into my brother.
But you think yourself that there might be a way to redeem your brother because you said imprison him. That means buy time. If he was irredeemable, you would be just as adamant as you are with your father, which is he needs to die. That alone belies anything you could say here. We know that your decision making is that you want to save your brother. You think there's still hope. Your father is a lost cause, though.
It was more my mother that had hope. I lost a bit of hope with what just happened, but I know my mom would like to shift around the family, but even knowing that she, I think in her heart she knows there's no way to change.
So freeing your mother would bring you back the hope. And I'm assuming influence your brother. I don't know
that specifically, but I'd like to try something. But as I said before, if he enters with that intent again, which I'm sure he will, we won't even have the choice.
He's your family. Yeah. You have the choice.
Not to mention my father kill him just for failing.
Well, in that case, the choice might be out of your hands then.
So ideally,
my main concern is my mother right now.
Well, we would have to get it to the plane of fire.
We'll just have to finish this task quickly. That's all.
Yes.
And the keys and the...
It's just a minor thing.
We're in a laundry of shit.
Yeah.
Is there any chance there's an airy city in the fire plane?
No. No, there wouldn't be.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I don't think that you could survive that kind of heat. Would you, Hawkins?
There's a joke in there. Not going to.
Roasted chicken.
I'm going to be punctual here, monks.
Arlani, ahead of
we
you,
just say Nolan snort.
this sort of wide road. The roads are wider than 30 feet even, so
Right.
like there's no buildings on either side of it. You're just following this big main road. You begin to notice the broken down entrance to something, and as you sort of step to the side to get a whole view of its exterior, there might have been a doorway here at one point, but now it's just a massive sort of hole in the building that is broken apart and pushed inside.
Would this be approximately where the tower was in the travel?
Yeah, you would imagine you've reached that point
Maybe,
while talking and walking.
should be near the tower, and there is a structure here that seems to be of possible alignment. We might be where we were intending to go. There is a percent chance of that we are on the wrong location and close near it. But I think we are here.
Right. Good job, Arlani. You did it. Now,
What
where
exactly
do we
would
go
be
from
looking
here?
for?
Yeah, what are we looking for? Shit.
Well, we are going
Something
to
in
try.
the-
There's a hole in the wall. It
There's
looks
a
like
hole.
it was kind of fell over. We're going to go inside the building and look for the thing that sends the pulse of light up. Is what we're going to do.
Lead on.
Very well.
Leader of party.
Kaven, why don't you hold Kara for a second, just in case, and she just plops the rabbit into your arm, and then
My God,
she'll.
that does
I
not
just
look
grunts
right.
like, I'm kind of nervous, like it's delicate.
I walk into the
about-
ruins.
All right, pushing forward, you progress for maybe 100 feet or so through this sort of grand hall. From what you can garner, there are pillars, but they're all broken at the a few feet up from the base. But eventually, up ahead, you see floating in the air. All of you actually see it. It's physical in there. It's not invisible. An orb, very similar in construct to the key, though instead of being solid gold like the key is, there's elements of silver woven around the the feathered circular design, and it's spinning and crackling with magical energy.
It looks like it's not falling. Like it's a nuclear reactor,
erratic.
right? Like the energy's shooting off in a disastrous, chaotic pattern.
Not hyper violent, but it's like it'll turn in one direction, crackle, and then turn back the other way.
Okay,
And
so the
it's-
magic is like
to you-
erratic.
To you, it seems to be just floating maybe like 30 feet up.
Okay.
You're still like probably 100 feet away from it, so there's like 100-foot hall and then 100 feet to the center of this massive structure, this huge tower that has fallen over.
All right, so this is just like a giant cylinder room, and in the center of this giant cylinder room is the floating orb, which could be, I don't know, the size of one of those big beach volleyballs that you bring to the beach.
Well, I think it's the same size
probably
as the
around
key.
that.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the key. But
way bigger than the key.
You do know that there's no barrier between you and it right now, because
Right.
it would be invisible still.
So that means the cylinder room is, its diameter is 200 feet.
Yes.
That's massive. And then, but we can't see the building. We can only see the floating orb in the center of it. So
Yeah, and you can see the edges of this area you came in through, which appears to be another doorway, but again broken and shattered through.
Any debris, like signs of like scorched marks, like maybe, because you said there's sometimes energy shooting off of it, right? So is there like evidence of like damaged ground that like we can kind of intelligence check or something like that, maybe figure out where its theoretical range of danger could be?
It doesn't. It's not like blasting energy off like at an aggressive rate. It's just spinning, malfunctioning, then turning back the other direction.
Okay.
Does it look? It's been shooting upwards, hasn't it?
Yeah, when it does do the light thing. You haven't noticed it do the light thing since you've awoken though, and you were like it did get less frequent as the night went on.
Okay.
It was 3 for the first watch, 2 for the second, then 1 and 1.
I would
Yeah.
I would send Kara in, but I don't think that's going to work well. In fact, probably Kara should Send Kara back to the pocket plane.
Also, the creature couldn't tell how to get up to it. I could fly to it. There's probably some sort of structure it's on, though.
Yeah,
Risk
Let's
your
not
life.
have you
for
get
us
too
like
close just yet.
that? Yes, that's a risk.
I mean, could someone grab I'm gonna look for like a rock, even if an invisible rock, and maybe we could just chuck a stone at it or something and see.
Not a
I
very
only
good
have so many
stone
copper
chucker.
pieces.
It's a
I
very
can't keep
far
throwing
throw.
copper.
We'd have to get a good deal closer.
Well, of course. I'm just saying, like, maybe look. I'm gonna look for some rubble along the way.
Yeah, you
but
can find rubble around here.
I'm gonna get like a handful of stones.
Okay.
Just so that we.
Picking them up, they're invisible in your hand, but their weight is there and you can feel them.
All right. Well, that's some opportunities in case we need these. I guess since I'm the one that has the most apparent vision, I will go first.
I'll be with you.
Wait,
And he walks behind you.
Here, I'm gonna go up
If
too.
things go wrong, I am the one most knowledgeable with this magic. Even if it is scarce, it is something more than nothing.
Okay. Well, Owen, if you're coming with, then I mean, let's get closer then. I will move
I pull out my shield.
half the distance closer. So if we're currently 100, I'll move 50 feet closer.
Alright,
Slowly
50
and
feet
cautiously. If checks are necessary to move cautiously, then so be it.
Okay, roll a stealth then, I guess, if you want to.
Is it on anything, Arlani?
Unfortunately, it's too far away to find out. That would be an 8. Not very good.
Okay.
Do I have to roll too? I'm not being as cautious as she is.
If you're not being cautious, then no.
Okay.
I'm not being stealthy at all. Just walking.
Oh, you're just coming up with us.
So now it's just Kaven and Celeste back behind us.
Oh, well,
We're
how
locked.
far back are you guys staying? Like, how far back?
Well, they're still at the entrance, which would be 50 feet away from
50
them now.
feet? 50 feet?
You can come with if you two want to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll come
Guys
with
could come.
you.
All right, so Celeste is coming, and okay, there's head nods. Okay, so we're all moving then. So moving to 50 feet closer.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Hope this works.
Arlani, you begin to notice on the floor small circular pieces of something. They're detached from the floor. They're just laying on it. They're sparse, but the closer you get, the more frequent they become.
This is just like rubble on the ground.
I mean, everything. There's no like distinction to it. It's all just covered in illusion magic, but you can tell they're individual pieces of something rather than part of the ground.
Yeah, so it's not like spires and geometric designs that look like they were part of some kind of like apparatus. It's just smaller chunks of three-dimensional
Small
objects.
I think they're like
They're small,
I think they're small discs, kind of like landmines.
or coins.
Or coins.
All right.
When I'm saying small, I mean to your standards small. I'm not saying like 18-foot tall creatures small.
Okay, but there's discs. There's spherical discs in shape.
Little cylinders, tiny cylinders.
Mage hand, pick one up.
All right, you hold it up in the mage hand. It's still invisible. There it is.
But
Nothing happens to it.
okay, I'll bring it over and then I'll add it to my pile of debris.
Holding it, it's colder than the rocks. It's metal.
Huh.
It is a coin. And feeling it, you feel the familiar. I think it's a square that gold pieces have, but it's a gold piece.
Look, there appears to be currency on the ground.
Told you
Wait.
when I sprinkled you with gold dust, you'd get lucky.
I thought
You
that
know
was.
what currency
I thought
it
that
is.
wasn't for luck, but rather for protection over the night.
Well, whatever.
And now,
Once person is lucky,
yes, the
that's
story
protection.
changes.
Can you tell what metal it is?
Well, it's square shaped. It seems to remind me of a gold coin. So, I mean, this mint surely is, you know, tens of thousands of years old. So it's hard. I'll throw the invisible thing towards Owen.
Oh God.
I toss it. I don't baseball throw. I toss it towards you.
Throw it hard.
She kills me with a giant coin.
No, that it can't be a gold coin. It has to be something else. They didn't make gold as a currency.
Right.
What would they use as a currency then?
Other things.
Gold.
Gold wasn't a valuable metal back then.
Well, what does it feel like to you, Owen?
Feels like a piece of gold.
I bite it.
Your teeth all snap suddenly. That was the trap. If you bit this,
Oh.
your teeth snap.
Oh, God! You terrible!
My face explodes. I can't tell exactly what it is.
When we take the structure down, the room will be revealed. We'll find out then.
Right.
What if you bit into something that's not kosher? Oh.
So it's Arlani. Is it?
That's
Can
very
you tell if
dumb.
it's on something now?
Well, so we're not within 30 feet yet, so I still can't see it. But let's
Okay,
move
perfect.
20 feet closer, and I will see if it's directly in front of us or if there's something blocking it.
As you get
I put the-
closer, you see that the sort of pieces of metal become more frequent and begin to mound upwards towards the structure, towards the orb.
Oh, so they're built up towards it, or they're floating around it like gravity.
They're built up towards it. It is like piles of these things.
What the
Well,
hell am I
there's
stepping on?
just like walls of these things.
And
I had
as you're
put the coin
trying to
in my
step
pack.
up, as you're stepping up, like it is pushing some down out of the way.
And we hear like scattering of like metal kind of clanging.
Yeah, you do hear the soft sounds of it.
Okay. Well,
I feel like I should start trying to see what this is.
are we within 30 feet yet?
You're 20 feet from it, and it's 30 feet up, so distance, blah blah. You're still a distance from it, but you could climb up to. This does seem like an easy enough approach. It's not too steep or anything.
Well, I mean, I do see like a mound, right, with my silhouette through the illusion, so I will continue scampering my way over then.
All right. At this point, yeah, you do see that the mound goes basically all the way up to it. There's a point where it's about 6 to 10 feet of just this spire that comes to a needle point at the base of this thing that it's spinning on top of. 6.
All right, so I'm.
Hawkins is also standing at the bottom of the mound. He's not climbing it. He's looking up at you.
Careful up there.
Yeah. So about how much higher in elevation I am from my peers who are behind me a bit?
About 15 feet.
Okay. And I am within 30 feet of the orb or not yet?
Yeah. You would be now because it's 30 feet up, and now you're closer.
Is there an apparatus or something that seems to be holding this orb, or like a
It just
shelling?
seems to be balancing on that singular point that it is on.
Is there some sort of like needle? Is that it's perfectly balanced upon? Other than that, there doesn't seem to be like a shell or anything around it. I'm not quite certain how it functions. I don't know.
It.
I don't know. Well, that's an option, but I don't know why there are all these little coins in the area. That seems concerning to me. But other than I could interact with it with my mage hand and see if there's some sort of activity. We could also safely walk away and blast it, since our goal is to disable it
You
anyways.
want to break it? No. That is true.
I think you're offending Hawkins by blasting these.
Whatever you think needs to be done.
Oh.
You're not offended by
Well,
that.
Hawkings is crouching down. He sort of grabbed a few of these invisible coins. He's holding them in his hands and he's feeling them over. And he's looking at them, even though he can't see what's in his hand. He has a worried expression. He's just thinking.
Well, I would think that since our goal is disabling it, is that we don't know how it works. How are we going to disable it besides blunt trauma?
Well, you have force abilities. Why don't you blast it a few times? See what happens.
That's what I'm saying. We could, and I can do this from 100 feet back to avoid any potential eruption.
We walked all the way over here.
And we will walk all the way back, because that's the safest thing to do.
It's a lot of walking.
Nolan, do you want to be exploded?
No.
Then, unless we have a better idea, so those are the things three options. We have someone touch it.
If magic can even affect it.
True. All right, it's fine. Mage hand. I have my mage hand move up towards it to see if the mage hand can stay corporeal.
When the mage hand gets within 5 feet of it, you watch the mage hand not dissipate but swirl and get sucked inside.
What seems to be some sort of siphon.
That's terrifying.
Ooh.
Oh,
We need a.
I'm gonna throw one of the rock or toss one of the rocks at it.
You throw the rock up at it, and when the rock hits it, the rock remains perfectly fine, but it becomes visible to everyone else, and it hits the top of the mound and is just floating there now.
And so now it's on floating around the orb, or it falls back down to gravity.
No, it falls back down to the
It fell
ground.
to the amount of coins that you're on, but it's just visible now. The invisibility got siphoned out of it.
So it seems to be pulling in magic, and it ripped off the
Throw a
illusion.
coin at it.
Fine. Coin.
It hits it, and the coin falls. It is a gold coin. And
Of our mint?
That
of your
Let's
mint.
go.
of our mint?
Of our mint.
It seems current.
Owen, get the coin and I throw it. Do you
Owen.
recognize this currency?
No, this doesn't make sense. This is within like the past 1,000 years.
Well, there's a virtual mound of it here. I scampered down or slide down, and there surely you would hear a bunch of coins scattering down as I come down back to the group.
Yeah, I mean, they just sort of like push to the floor.
I don't think this place is huge. I think we're just very, very small.
But the coins are the same size, no? These coins are our sized coins, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were like metal
This
discs.
mound would have to be like probably tens of thousands if it was all gold pieces.
Do I see Nolan just gathering all of them and just throwing at the thing to make it rain gold?
Visible gold. That dude, Father Adams.
I know,
Into it.
Father. You can
Take
just
every-
shove Father Adams into the mound, and there he's gilded.
All right, so I understand that we want the riches. Of course, we need funds, but the scene is
We need to deactivate this
right.
construction.
It seems like magic can't touch it, but things can.
And magic is ripped off of it.
Right.
Don't use anything magical when you touch, unless you're keen on removing a curse, maybe.
I don't see magic on. I don't see magic along the object, right?
Oh no, the thing itself. Oh, it is heavy with illusionary magic and forget what abjuration for barriers. I can't.
Yes,
remember.
abjuration's barrier and sealing.
Abjuration barrier. Yeah, and it's condensed inside of it. The outer pieces of it don't seem to have that magic on it. They just seem to be letting the magic flow in a way that's being utilized.
Okay. I would grab it, but
Why don't some of you grab, those of you that are just doing nothing, grab some coin. I'm going to go look for some sort of device that maybe controls this thing, and I'm going to like try to investigation if needed, but try to find maybe a control panel. Maybe there's some kind of like cabling or something that lets you utilize the device.
As so you're sliding off the mount and looking around the room.
Yes, correct.
I want to see how the spire it's on. How is it
Fragile?
fragile?
Yeah,
Can I just break the spire?
That's
so you're casting detect magic again.
That'd be you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Though it comes to a fine tip, it sort of has a funnel shape to it. It's not fragile. No.
Okay. Can't break it. Well, that would have been too easy.
You think dispelling it?
I don't have that kind of power.
I do.
I mean,
we're gonna break it anyways. Okay, everyone, step back.
Before you do that, though, with my time, have I found anything or not?
Sliding off the mound, you find, you don't seem to find anything immediately. There doesn't seem to be a control panel. You can find that the room did once have columns in it, but they're broken now around the room.
I do have an idea of the whole layout of the room now, right?
Yeah, it was a big circle, like a Colosseum look, and it probably went up for a great distance.
And so that means only one entrance and exit.
No, you found that there was 4, but the other ones are still intact, and the gates are much bigger than the ones you've been opening. They're huge gates.
So are we like talking like they're perfectly geometric, so it's cardinal positions or intercardinal, like they're... Like,
yes, it seems the area had some fixation with the cardinal directions.
Alright, so theoretically we got like this, and this, and we're currently like gathered in the middle at the moment. Okay. Well, we can try Dispel if you'd like. And we can try Blunt Force. And that's the ideas I can think of. I did not find anything that seems to control the device, this thing. Not in here. I see no piping or anything that seems to funnel towards it. So,
you believe that dispelling this thing will cause all of the coins to appear, or do you believe that we actually need to... What the hell are we going to do with a bunch of invisible gold?
Just need to deactivate the device so that we can leave.
So? Okay.
I can dispel it.
Let's give that a go then.
All right.
Okay, so I'm dispelling it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You head up the mount. You have to be touched for dispel, right? Or
No.
is it?
No.
Either
They're
6...
120 feet.
120 feet.
All right.
Nice knowing you.
I will grab a handful of coins as I leave.
I mean, I've already piled.
I know, right? That's
Yeah,
like,
but I
Nolan
didn't...
has like probably like a whole thing full.
I didn't get that opportunity, so I just want a little something, just a little, please.
I'll pocket link.
You have so many bits.
That's why I'm concerned that I would like to have a little at least a little accolade that in case Box has the entire place explode. I hope I have at least 10 gold.
You have 5 gold overweight.
Leave it, Indy. Leave it.
All right. I need you to roll me a spellcasting.
Yeah.
Spellcasting.
Okay.
I'm next to you on the pile. Oh wait, no, you can do it from where you're at. Never mind.
What the hell I'm rolling? So let me roll.
Oh no, I'm like right under it. This is good for me.
Your position. Alright.
I'm sorry.
17.
17.
You have a +6 modifier? How you have a +6 casting stat?
6. Spell attack bonus is 6.
It's not spell attack, it's your spell casting modifier.
Oh, just kidding. Which is my wisdom, right?
If you're a cleric, yes, it'd be your wisdom mod.
14.
As your spell reaches out and tries to grip around the machinery, you watch as the magic that would normally dispel it swirls about and gets sucked inside.
Yep, of course. Magic wouldn't work on it.
Well,
Well?
Kaven, you're up.
Well, this doesn't work.
It's the only one I got, though. He kind of holds his axe.
Your
up a
turn
little
Having
to
bit.
gold.
dispel it with your
I got
great
gold.
axe.
Well, we could give you maybe some large rocks. I don't know if this is range is actually necessarily going to be an option anymore. We might have to have you close and personal.
You could punch it.
I'm willing to grab it.
Oh, I'll do it.
I know my people.
How are you gonna get?
They're not destructive. Even their malfunctions wouldn't be dangerous like this.
I mean, but it's 30,000 years old.
In all honesty, I think you're one of the only people who can actually reach the thing. Unless, and I look.
Are you sure you want to
mean,
do this?
Something needs to be done.
We really,
about.
Big bad
we don't
boss.
really have
Wait,
options.
then- hold on. I can't let you.
Well, I'm just gonna while this conversation's going, I'm just gonna take some more gold.
There
Go
you-
for
there you-
it. Fill your coffers.
Handfuls of gold.
I'm
Do
doing
you
it.
have-
Rolls of gold.
Greed kills.
Jeez.
Do it too.
But
As-
Hawkins, do you have some sort of protection against, if anything bad happens?
We can't be prepared for every outcome.
Well, we can prepare.
It's out of my expertise now.
A simple matrix of the arcane. It's my people. And perhaps it'll respond kindly to my hands.
Okay.
If anything happens, just know that I really enjoyed your company.
I could try touching it with the axe first.
Oh, shut
It's
up.
30
come on.
feet up, Kaven.
You would have to climb the mound again. Could. No objections then.
Of course, there's
further
objections. I don't want to
No
put you in harm's
further
way.
objections.
Maybe I'll go. Let's see. How can I get there? There was no mound to jump off of. Even if I jumped on the mound, I could cast fly on myself, and maybe I can impact with it with full force, and maybe dislodge it.
What is
We
something
just need
I
to get Kaven up there, right?
Well, it's understandable. Someone has to take the risk here. So,
Well, then who's gonna take the risk?
it will be me.
No,
Kaven.
well, you couldn't shove the door though.
Hey,
No, that's very true.
Arlani casts fly. I cast it as a 4th level spell, and it means
Arlani?
I can do 2 creatures with it. On myself, and Kaven is the second person I give fly to.
Hey,
And
Oh.
I am going to hover
Now,
over.
before you do that, I
Arlani.
said it's only 6 feet above the top of the mound.
Oh, I thought it was 30 feet.
Yeah, that's why I said
I told you it's only
yeah.
6 feet above the top of the mound.
My bad. I thought it was like 30 feet still above the mound. Okay, sorry. Then yeah, fly is not even necessary. Right. Okay.
yeah, we can just get him
Are
up
you-
there.
She'll climb her way back up the mound.
I feel I should be the one doing that.
I don't want you to take the risk, Hoskins. You are a new member to the group. So
Maybe it takes an oracle.
Hawkins, I could provide you with some sort of protection if you're gonna be the one doing this.
he's not going to be the one doing this.
If he is,
Someone
or any
just
one
do
of
it.
you, any one of you is going to do
Arlani,
this.
as she gets to the top, takes in a deep breath and reaches out for the orb.
All right. As your hand reaches out towards it, the magical energy sort of reacts and it like moves toward your hand, but it's not hostile, and that's a weird thought considering it's just inanimate magic sort of flowing. But it's only a warm feeling as the mana courses through your fingers. It feels like it's almost intended to be weaved by people.
Okay.
You're still okay up there?
And as I hold on and I'm not getting any adverse like reaction back, I'm gonna just apply a little bit of force to see if I can kind of like jeer it to the left or to the right.
As she's doing this, Kaven's gonna move towards the bottom of the mountain, like kind of below her, in case something happens.
Okay.
Lean
Can
on
you
my
roll
I'll join you.
Could you roll me a strength check, an athletics?
I'm only doing it just to see if it gives. No, I'm not trying to
Oh yeah,
snap it right now.
it moves. It like sort of bends, but you can feel it wants to push back to the center.
Okay. Is there a way, through my history of knowledge of magic, of a way to utilize this device without interacting with it? Like, does it?
Utilize.
I don't.
Want to roll me an Arcana?
Thank you.
Can you touch it and think the words like deactivate?
Can I guidance myself before this roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can pray for whichever.
Ooh.
That would be 17 flat, and then my Arcana is +6, so it's 23.
As you're holding on to it, and you can feel the energies sort of weaving, and like I said, wanting to be manipulated, you realize it would only take maybe a motion or two, a single sigil of your current magic, a tug, and you could stop the flow of magic in this artifact.
I will proceed to do such then, with the enlightenment I got.
All right. You curl your hand back and pull up in sort of like a wave pattern, and the magic siphons out of it for dissipating from your hand. The artifact, the wing, like the feathered wings of the artifact closing together as it just sits atop the spire, and you watch the tower become visible, an outward like sort of effect from this, and it lets out a loud ding that sort of like vibrates through the tower, like a really loud one though, like a huge bell being hit right beside you, and it vibrates through the tower as everything becomes visible.
Does the pitch octane down as time goes on?
Yeah, it slowly dissipates.
Okay.
But what are you doing while that's happening? Are you just standing at the top of the mountain, like looking down? By the way, you're standing on gold. Like the entire pile is gold.
So after
silver.
after it starts powering down, I start having this like noise and like things come out. She would like let go of it and like back off, like looking at it. But I imagine she's kind of like not got the greatest balance and kind of tumbles back and maybe slides down.
Yeah. All right. So sliding down to the bottom, you all watch as the vibrations cause a few stones to fall. A large one crashing down near you guys, but not quite hitting you. It's not bringing down the building, but it brought down more rubble. And as you're having this moment where everything's being revealed again, you hear a very low but loud grumble that sort of vibrates the room, and you watch gold begin to shift and move in the pile. Even during the day.
It's a dragon. Nolan was right.
As the gold moves, you see the familiar shape of two horns, like a bull's, pushed to that curve directly forward, and gold falling off of them as a head lifts, and the scales revealed underneath the pile are black and ebony in color. What were your immediate reactions while this creature is awakening?
Is it a dragon?
Here we go.
It is most definitely a dragon.
Wow!
I'm running. I'm sprinting.
that's so
I'm gonna tumble
cool.
back and run like behind Kaven. That's what I'm doing.
There's the rubble around the room. There's separate piles of gold. There's the pillars. There's plenty of places to hide. You could stand out in the open and get ready to address it, or you could try and run for the door, which is about a 200-foot run from this point.
We hide. We gotta hide. Everyone hide!
Yeah, the Hobbit hide. I'm just
The hide.
Like it's not gonna know something's fucking here.
No, it definitely is. This is the wrong plan.
We either gotta fight or we gotta go.
I think we have to go.
Doing? What are you doing?
We have to go. We have to get out.
All right. So
Run.
everyone split second decision. What are you immediately doing, Nolan?
What am I doing?
Yes.
I'm going to cast Bless. Actually, no. I'm going to reach over to Kaven's Great Axe, and I'm going to cast Magic Weapon on it.
All right, Kaven, what's your immediate reaction?
To wait for Alani to see what she's gonna do.
She hid behind you.
Did I already get there? I mean, I don't know like where this decision is being implemented, right? So
It's being implemented the moment the creature started to lift its head out of the gold and speak. Its eyes still not open yet. It hasn't witnessed you yet.
Arlani has been going, oh shit, 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 shit. She's not being quiet as she's tumbling back. So
I don't think we're prepared for this. And he Kaven kind of gestures towards one of the doors, the one we came from. Well, actually, I wouldn't know because it was. Would I?
Well, you can see it. You can see it
You
now.
can see it now.
Yeah, we
see
see
it now.
everything.
But I wouldn't know exactly which
The
door.
one area that was open, the one that you guys came through, it looks like it's been tunneled through, slammed through, broken.
The dragon came ripping through this.
Owen, what would your immediate reaction be?
Immediately away from the dragon.
Where? Do you just run
Towards
towards the door, or do you try to
Yeah,
get behind
I'm running.
something and hide, or?
I'm running directly back towards the door.
Okay. Celeste, what would your immediate reaction be?
I'm running towards the door.
Okay. And Hawkins' immediate reaction would have probably been to hide.
Yeah, makes sense.
He would be against the stone that had fallen just now, but he's looking at all of you and seeing the separation and decision making that happened.
So Kaven's standing in the middle of the room still.
Kaven's reaction was to wait on you, but your reaction would have been to hide behind Kaven. And
Yeah,
then
that's what it looks like.
And as everyone else is like running in different directions, that's me and Kaven
Yeah.
are like in the middle, and he's just like looking at her, and she's just like, oh god.
Noel's got a fantastic smile on his face as he's just waiting in the middle of the room.
Yeah, he'd be with
Oh,
us.
no,
too.
Nolan's adjacent with
Yeah,
us.
yeah, right next to us. Yep.
Is there any like
Zero
piles of
meal.
gold towards the door?
We took his fucking gold.
Oh, you guys have pockets full of stuff.
I don't
Yeah,
have shit.
I got
Arlani has some, and so does Nolan.
Sweet
Yeah.
mentioned she was
I
grabbing
think-
piles of it. Don't you back out now,
No, I
Sweet.
said Nolan was probably grabbing like
Yeah,
heaps of them.
Nolan definitely has his money.
You see?
All right,
I
so
think I have one.
all right, either
Oh,
way,
man.
in this moment,
Interesting.
if I look past Kaven, how big is this dragon? Can I guess its age? Maybe.
roll me a nature.
All right. Obviously, there's no chance for guidance here, so we'll just go with a flat roll. That's terrible. That's an 11. No, it's only +3, so it'd be an 8 because I don't have proficiency in nature, right? Yeah. No, I do. 11.
You have proficiency in nature. What an interesting choice.
I do.
Anyway.
Nature, Arcana, Religion, Investigation.
This creature is not at the end of its life cycle. It could get bigger. It's still big. You'd probably say it's, if you had to guess, it's probably in the adult range.
Oh, good God.
Oh,
All right. Well, it is what it is. All right, guys.
Owen, we better run. We're running.
No, as soon as Owen notices they're not behind him, he's gonna have to turn around.
As the two of them are running towards the exit, the creature shakes its head to make all the gold fall off, and its eyes open, and its pupils turn to the group of you and narrow for a moment. And that is where I'm going to end tonight's session.
Jesus.
I
I
like
can't
this
believe
guy.
Nolan
This
was
guy-
right.
A short one.
Wow.
Nolan was right.
Oh, no.
Why is there a dragon here? Why? There's a barrier. The dragon somehow
Why?
got in the.
I need,
No,
I
it's
need,
like I
What
got
has it
the
been
gold.
feeding off of?
need to stop speaking.
It is only an adult dragon, so yeah, something's amiss. Who knows?
What happened? What happened to your Arlani method of running? This is when we need that.
Why do you
trust your
stay
friends.
behind me?
I part of it's just like my distance of where I was. I think it would be unfair to say that she could have also if I was DMing, I would be upset if a player said, yeah, I'm also going to get out of that, when she was the one that was that far forward. I felt that was doing too much, is what I felt. So I was like, I will let her be in an uncomfortable spot. I went forward. This is part of the cost that came with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, all right. Well, thank you for playing. Thank you for DMing. Thank you for watching. And tune in next Saturday for our Galewright Accord. Arkelya will not be next Friday, but the one after that. But yeah, 1 week away for us to see if we actually fight the dragon or flee the dragon or talk our way out of the dragon. Maybe we can offer it Nolan as a tasty snack.
Excited for the last episode. Come on.
Damn.
Thank you for watching. And remember, don't trust the Dungeon Master. Good night.